Jinx.
Ooh,
Yeah.
give me a soda.
That's
what happens when you say jinx, right?
Yeah. Hey everyone, I'm Adam Harry. I'm with.
I'm Stable Abe.
And we got Jen, our producer, hanging out.
Woo!
Hey Jen, how's it going?
Hey everybody.
Hi, Jen.
Yes, she is wearing cat ears.
Yeah, I am. It's Catwoman Day. Don't make it a thing.
Just a thing.
Just a thing.
So today we've got everyone's favorite Satan worshipping codex right
Wow.
here.
Wow.
Glory to the Void Dragon, glory, right?
Wow.
Right? Isn't that what this book? This is Necrons, right?
Yeah,
Necrons.
it's Imperial Necrons, right?
Imperial Necrons, right?
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Yes, we have the Codex Adeptus Mechanicus.
Yep.
Right here.
We are going to be doing a nice battle with a beautiful Ad-Mech army that we have been able to borrow this week. We'll be doing that in about an hour. But before then, we're going to talk about the book.
Yes.
We're going to answer questions. We've also still got Codex Death Guard here, so if you've got some lingering questions about that, send your questions about any of those things over to the wonderful Jen.
You can drop them in the chat. We'll be answering questions.
Yeah.
But
all questions, all day.
All questions, let us know. But yeah, we just wanted to talk about the Ad-Mech.
Yeah.
How cool they are.
They're, visually, they're one of the newest armies.
Yes.
And one of the coolest looking armies, I think.
Absolutely. I think they, by far, have the most, I would say the most unique look.
Definitely.
Of all of the armies, really, but especially of the Imperium.
Yeah.
They don't look like Marines. They don't look like Guard.
They don't. And I love, they have a beautiful, if you haven't seen a full army, which they're a pretty rare army, honestly.
They are. I think part of that's just because they're new.
They're new. They're kind of,
yeah.
and I think in 7th they had some weird rules that really force you to play it very certain ways.
Right. Well, let's talk about that real
Yeah.
quick. One of the weird things they had in 7th was the fact that the Ad-Mech army was really divided up into 3 separate books.
Mm.
You had the Skitarii.
Yep.
You had the Adeptus Mechanicus book,
Yep.
Skitarii book, and then you also had this kind of weird Knight book.
Yeah.
You don't have that anymore now.
They're
You've
all
got 'em.
together.
All 3 are in this book.
Mm.
We do have some questions about the Imperial Knight stuff, whether or not that's going to end up being its own codex eventually.
Yeah. It seems like it should.
Yeah.
We'll get into that in a second. Though.
Yeah, but if you had an Ad-Mech army and you were tired of looking around all 3 books,
Yeah.
you got 1 book now, and you didn't lose any rules or
No.
units.
They gained a sort of ish unit over
Yeah.
the index, and that
Yeah.
they have a new HQ, so there's no longer just like the Dominus
And call.
and call.
You've
do
got
have,
3 options.
Yeah,
now.
you do have a Tech Priest Agency which is an HQ, and
It's like the cheaper option.
yeah, it's like 3 command points,
Yeah.
like 3 power level instead
yeah.
of 7, so like pretty significantly cheap option.
Yeah, and points wise too, I don't think it's worth. It's like 40 points.
Yeah,
each
it's
or
pretty cheap, so you're not
Yeah.
like, all right, like let me take my 2 HQ. All right, well
Yeah.
that's like a third of my army right there.
Yeah.
It's like, they're not that crazy. Like,
Yeah.
amazing. But yeah, like visually wise, I love the mix
Yeah.
of like post-apocalyptic, like kind of like these guys, like a lot of these stuff like this is like very classic, like post-apocalyptic kind of deserty stuff.
Yeah. I get a very strong
with-
Dune vibe.
There's a very like a lot of like Dune-ish, which is kind of a post-apocalyptic thing.
Right. Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. In the same.
And then like
desert,
you know you get like the mix of like weird like 70s sci-fi with with like the robots and stuff, and like some
The
bubble-
robes
and the
and the
robes
robots.
and the robots and stuff.
They love the electricity.
Yeah, and
They actually have a Tesla thing, right? Like the Nikola
do.
Tesla.
So they actually, one of the relics in this book, which is my favorite relic in all of 40K right now, I'm going to read this to you real quickly.
Yes.
So it is called...
By the way, they have like 15 relics.
They do have a lot of relics, which is good. I was really hoping that this book would have a lot of relics, because if any group like should have a bunch of random mysterious relics that they found...
The Ad-Mech
it's
should
the
totally
Ad-Mech.
have that. Yeah, for sure.
So it's called the Skull of Elder Nikola, and this yellow, multi-lacquered servo skull is perhaps the most ancient of its kind. It has been ghost dated to the early days of mankind, when primitive Terrans had barely evolved the ability to conjure light. Should the correct praise psalm be sung to it, the halo of electrical power that surrounds its bony circumference will explode outward in a ring of crackling force, scrambling the unnatural workings of enemy origins.
I would wager $50,000 that it was Edison sucks. Edison sucks. Edison
Yeah, that's
sucks.
probably the actual thing. Yeah. So I mean, that's like literally the literal skull of Nikola Tesla. Pretty much. Like that's what they. I mean, that's obviously the reference. This is supposed to be the skull of Nikola Tesla. It's something from that period, and it's got like a Tesla feel around.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's also a pretty cool relic. Just to let you know what it does, if you're curious. It's once per game in your shooting phase, the bearer can unleash the power bound within the skull of Elder Nikola. And then, should the bearer do so, roll a dice for every enemy vehicle unit within 2d6 inches of them, and then on 2+, that unit suffers a mortal wound.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, so like, is it gonna kill a model? Probably not. But against like a certain vehicle-heavy unit armies, like
Yeah.
just a free 3 or 4,
Yeah,
spreading some wounds.
free mortal wounds is never a bad thing.
Never a bad thing.
Yeah. And like we said, there's 15 relics to go through. So
Yeah.
there's a ton.
And like notably, that's pretty good if there's some bunch of flyers nearby or something. 'cause
Yeah,
that's
you don't
easy
roll
to-
to hit flyers
Yep.
with that. You just ping
So,
mortal wounds.
so that's really cool. But so yeah, they've got all of those guys are now in the same book.
Yep.
I think Skitarii probably end up dominating the book a little bit.
I think they do just based on their unit count.
Yeah, they have the more units.
They have more units than anybody else, so you kind of are gonna sway towards running a lot of Skitarii.
yeah.
It's easier to run them than like a pure
like Ad-Mech stuff. Yeah.
This Castellan robots. For instance.
But yeah, so we definitely have in this book. You've got the full list for all of those stuff, including the Quaestor Mechanicus, which are the knights, the Forge World knights. You've got, like we said, a ton of relics, which are really cool.
There are seven distinct Forge Worlds,
Mm-hmm.
which all have their own warlord traits, their own stratagems they can use,
And their own relics.
and their own unique relics.
Yeah, so you've got 13 warlord traits in the book total, six generic and 7 unique.
Which, by the way, I mean, just again, they're the generic ones. So if you do take a warlord from one of those specific Forge Worlds, you don't have to use the warlord. You can pick one of the generic ones too. So
Definitely.
there's some options there.
There's a lot of options in this book.
Lots.
And I think that the traits are all really good traits as well.
Oh, yeah.
So it's interesting. We're starting to see like them reuse traits now.
Yes. We like the Legion traits and and so, like there's one in particular that we've seen pretty much every army get, which is the -1 to hit you at over 12 inches.
Right. So
pretty much everybody's getting.
So they get, and that is.
It's one of the Forge Worlds.
I'm trying to remember which Forge World it is. But yeah, so one of the Forge World also gets the. If you're shooting me, you're more than 12 inches away, -1 to hit trait.
It is Shroud Protocols from
Stygus 8.
Stygus 8.
Yeah. So, I mean, we've seen every book.
Raven Guard had it.
Yep. And
Was it Alpha Legion?
yes.
It was one of the. Hang on.
Or yeah, it's Alpha Legion. Right? Yeah. So, but basically, we've now seen 5 codexes out, and 3 of them have multiple sub-factions. All of them have one sub-faction that does that,
Yeah.
So, that's really interesting. So, we'll see if like that continues. Like, is there going to be an Eldar Craft World that gets that too?
Yeah.
And,
Jen's rooting for that one.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, I can't blame her. I'm curious too. If they continue this format where they have an army with traits, you can see that roll out for Necrons with the different dynasties, Orcs with the different tribes, boys, war bands, whatever you want to call them. Tyranids with the different high fleets is very, very likely.
Guard with different regiments, obviously.
Exactly.
Though if you give me guard that get one who's going to shoot me, like it's gonna be good times there.
Don't do it,
It's
DW.
gonna be
Please,
some good
please
times.
don't. But yeah, that's kind of the format we've seen the 8th edition Codex is going. It's been good.
Yeah.
It's been a good change overall. It's
definitely.
Just another thing too with the way they're doing the different traits for the different Forge Worlds is that each Forge World, if you choose to, you can run them. You can really build a list around those abilities.
Yeah.
And really play really distinct units, distinct armies in 7 different ways to play essentially.
And one of the things I think that's interesting about this book that we haven't seen in many of the new things is this book actually has a lot of different troop options.
Yeah, because Marines had 3, not counting the Crusader squads.
Yeah, and I mean that's basically 2 of those are very similar.
Right. Chaos had what, like you had Chaos Marine. Well, they had different cult troops if you do that, but
you basically have Chaos Marines and cultists.
Yeah.
Death Guard have 3, but again, like one of them, they're very they're not that different.
But that was one of the things we were saying about the Skitarii. They have why we think they're really going to dominate this book is there's how many troop choices that are Skitarii?
There's 2 that are Skitarii.
Yeah.
And there's 2 of them Mechanicus, but you have a total of 4 troop choices in the list.
Yeah.
And they're all very different.
Yeah.
Like, to
but
me,
points wise, like it's easier to get a lot of Skitarii on the board.
there is a lot of.
That was my point.
Definitely, yeah. But they're all very different, and they do very different things, which is what sets it apart from like Marines. You're like, well, do I take like tactical Marines or like intercessors, right?
Right.
And like, yes, they're different, but ultimately they do very similar things.
Yeah.
Same with like Poxwalkers and cultists, for instance.
Yeah.
Like, yes, they're different, and they do different roles. One of them shoots and one of them's combat, but they're both kind of
cheap
similar.
bodies.
Yeah, they're mostly just cheap bodies.
Yeah, but these troops actually have, I would say, different combat roles.
Yeah, very different combat roles, very divergent, and you're going to build a very different army around them.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that they don't really have like a, well, this is the cheap unit I'm taking to fill my troop options.
Right.
Which is what, unfortunately, a lot of like Poxwalkers and Chaos Cultists get thrown into, is that they're not really in the army to do anything.
Yeah.
They're in the army to fill those.
Or like
choices.
that random 5-man attack squad.
That right, exactly. And like you can definitely have like a random 5-man Skitarii squad that's cheap.
Yeah.
But I think they do very different things. And I mean,
I don't think you're gonna want to.
Probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're playing on a 9 list.
Unless you go right, or you just like you literally have like your last couple hundred, like 100 points.
Yeah.
Like I really just don't have anything else. No other crazy thing I want to do.
Yep.
I just need points fill.
One of the things
you're
also,
not gonna want to do that. I think.
Right.
Ed Fried Rice and Julian Ska. Thank you so much
Hey.
for the follows.
Thank you
Well,
guys
guys.
for
This
those
is a
follows.
Belfry.
Welcome. One of the things I think is also interesting about the what do they actually call them? Doctrines, the Forge World doctrines.
Oh yeah.
That's what they call them.
The mechanicals or the
There's the individual Forge World abilities are called doctrines, I think, right?
the traits or
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
understand.
I think
Basically the Legion traits.
Dogmas.
Dogmas. Yeah.
So one of the things about the dogmas that's interesting is that in the other 2 books, in the Spaceman book and the Heretics, the Astartes book that we saw, their Legion traits affected infantry and
infantry bikes
and like infantry bikes and
the dreadnought Hellbrutes. Yeah.
The dogmas affect everything.
Yeah, that is a big change.
Yeah. Now they don't affect the knights specifically because knights are not.
They're Questoris Mechanicus, so they're
Right.
not actually.
And they have a household instead of a forge world.
Right.
Which we'll get into again in a second. But those traits affect everything in your army, which means your vehicles or your crazy robots and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They're all being affected. One of the things that I'm really we're not going to see today because I'm playing Mars, but the Stegus 8 that you do a -1 to shoot, that affects these Sidonian Dragoons who already have a -1 to shoot at you.
And stacks.
So that's stacks. So that's a -2 all of a sudden.
Yeah, which is just wrong.
Yeah, it affects your Dune Crawlers, which are pretty nice standoff vehicles.
Yeah.
Suddenly...
The Dune Crawlers are not a unit that you want, in general,
Yeah.
to run up and get within 12, so keeping them back and shooting, with that -1, it's going to make them even harder to hit. It's just a nice bonus for your vehicles in general.
Yeah. But yeah, everyone with the dogma is affected.
Real quick too, let's talk about the canicles real fast.
Yeah.
So this didn't really change too much from the index, but we do want to reiterate they're the same. It's back, same 6 options.
Mm-hmm.
The base canicle rules. You can either pick one for a turn.
Yep.
And you can't pick one that was chosen before on the previous turn.
Right.
Or you can roll randomly a d6 and get whatever you roll. That way you can actually end up getting 2 of the same back to back. Now, at the same time, there are a lot of stratagems in the book that allow you to just straight up pick them or change them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mars, as you've probably seen, the Mars dogma is you just get 2 of them.
Yeah.
If you roll the same thing, it doesn't have any effect. One of the questions I've had about canicles, which they're not entirely clear about, to me, is that it says if you pick a canicle,
Yeah.
because every turn you can decide if you want to
Yes.
pick or randomly roll.
Yeah.
And it says if you pick a canicle, you can't pick one. So the same canicle may not be picked twice during the same battle.
Right.
It's not 100% clear to me if that means that if you randomly rolled that canicle before, you can't pick it because you weren't picking it originally.
Right. I think and that's the thing about the canicles. If you pick them, you can't pick them again. But if you roll, I'm pretty sure it's just random.
Right. So
But if you rolled randomly and get it, that's the question.
it's like, does that count as picking it? So like, yeah, it says if you roll it, it can it could be the same one that was in effect, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
But the wording is a little unclear on whether you can be like, well, I already rolled that. Now I'm going to pick it this turn.
Yeah, I don't think you can choose it back to back. Is the kicker? So like,
there's nothing about that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that might have been a change from the index to this book.
I think
too.
so. Yeah, or something like that.
But there are again, the first two stratagems we can just go through real quick.
So they also have a lot of stratagems. This book overall.
Gloria Mechanicus allows you with its 2 command points.
Yeah.
You can either choose a canonical you have not already chosen this battle, or randomly select one in the usual way. That one you can actually do mid-turn,
yeah.
which is what's cool about it. And the other one, right below that, is Divine Chorus, and that one's another 2 command points. That one says once per battle, before determining, you can just pick one and choose a canonical of the Omnissiah that has already been chosen earlier to take effect again. And so there are ways to double up.
Yeah, and there's kind of a couple questions. One of the questions we've also had is how the Gloria Mechanicus interacts with the Mars ability. Since Mars, whenever you randomly roll, you determine 2.
Yeah.
So when you get Gloria Mechanicus, are you changing both of those and rolling 2 new ones? Or are you changing one of them and getting 2 new ones? So you have 3 canonicals in turn?
That's a good question.
So it's a little unclear. I'm sure we'll get answers to these. I'm sure we'll get them pretty fast. Really quick, the army list itself hasn't changed really at all.
No, there were some minor points tweaks. Nothing crazy happened.
Nothing crazy, but everything else is pretty similar. Talk about the knights real quickly. A few of the stratagems affect knights.
They affect knights specifically.
Other than that, the knights really don't get much in this book.
No, but you do get the 5 different variants.
Yes.
Which is kind of nice.
Yeah, you get all the knights.
Yeah.
They pick a household. Households have no effects so far.
Currently.
Yeah. And because they have a household and they're not technically Adeptus Mechanicus vehicles, they're not Forge World vehicles, so they're not benefiting from any of your special rules.
Right.
Which is good, because if all your knights were like, -1 to hit me, ha ha ha, I'd be like, well, alright, I'm going home now.
Yeah.
Good day, sir.
That would be brutal if knights were -1 to hit. Which, hey, when they get their own households, who knows?
I hope not.
I really hope not.
Yeah.
Just like I hope you don't get the Ad-Mech or the Astra Militarum with -1 to hit.
Camel cloaks. Camel cloaks for everyone.
No.
Boop,
Please
boop.
no. Please no. Yeah. That would be pretty brutal.
We love our camel cloaks.
The Canonicals also, real quick, they don't have psychic powers.
They don't have psychic powers.
So the Canonicals kind of replace that.
They do. I mean, obviously it's an Imperium list. If
Yeah.
you want psychic ability,
Ally them in.
like you're gonna get psychic ability. If you want cheap troops to get command points, you're gonna ally them in. I mean, that for better or worse, that's the reality we're in.
Right. In 8th edition, we've talked about this in other parts before, but like the Imperium right now has the biggest toolbox out of everybody else. You could almost combine everybody else, and you still wouldn't quite be the same option. Like toolbox.
Exactly. And there's like, honestly, there's like, it's probably like 200 points for a really cheap, like 2 Primaris Psychers and 3 Guard Squads or something.
Yeah.
That's going to get you 3 command points and 2 Psychers on the field that any Imperial army can just insert that detachment into them if they want that nice bonus.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, does it make sense? Yeah. I mean, like, from a fluff standpoint.
That's totally what they would do.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's, yes, Ad-Mech would totally is like, you guys, you're the serfs on this planet.
Yeah.
Like, you're part of us. And we've seen some very beautifully painted armies, obviously, that reflect that. So I think it's just important whenever you're looking at an Imperium Codex to keep that in mind, that, like, yes, there's no Psychers in this book. If you play a pure list from this book, which we often do on the channel here,
Right.
You're not going to have Psychic Defense. Unless you happen to... There is a stratagem that Graya gets, which is, it's the same thing we've seen. Again, this is several of the stratagems we've seen very similar ones.
Very similar to the Khorne Berserker one.
Or the Deny the Witch.
Yeah.
In fact, I think
The Wax Templar.
Yeah, I think they're all exactly the same. It's, you pick it when a Psyker manifests the power within 24 inches of one of your... And this one's within your infantry units.
Yeah.
Roll a d6 on a 4+, it's resisted.
Yeah. So they have ways... it still costs a command point to do that.
Sure.
But, I mean... You have a little bit of built-in psychic defense there, so.
And if you really want to mess with the enemy, you're gonna be like, all right, this is my Forge World detachment, and this is my Black Templar detachment. So I'm gonna use that twice.
Yeah.
And then here's my Psyker. So like.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna shut you down.
Just gonna stop
you down.
Just gonna stop that right there. Nip it in the bud.
Yeah. So look at the stratagems for a second. I think
Yeah.
you've probably seen they've spoiled most of the dogmas. If you have questions about the dogmas, go ahead and ask them.
If you have any questions about the Codex in general, feel free to toss it
Oh,
out
we
there,
do
too.
have one.
Yes.
So the first question comes from Fukushim. It says, how many points are the vanguards?
The Skitarii vanguards are. They are now base. They're base 9 points a model with that. That's not counting weapons
Yeah.
or anything. They vanguards come base with whatchamacallit? With
It's a rifle, right?
the radium carbine.
Yeah, carbon.
Yeah, and the radium carbine is free.
Yeah.
It's one of the few free weapons in here. So they're 9 points without any upgrades.
Yeah.
You're probably gonna have the you're not. You're probably gonna have an enhanced data tether.
I was gonna say the data tether is probably the one upgrade. If a unit can take it, you're definitely gonna want to take it. So, Abe, what does the data tether do?
So the data tether by itself isn't that great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay. You can reroll morale tests for the unit.
Yeah.
So like, screw you, Space Marines, and your
Yeah.
data shall know no fear.
Oh yeah. Well, we've got data.
Yeah, like we're
You don't have fear. Well, we have data.
We don't have body. We don't have minds.
Yeah.
So speaking of stratagems, there's two absolutely amazing stratagems in this book. There's the Protector Doctrina Imperative and the Conqueror Doctrina Imperative.
Okay.
They do the exact same thing, except one of them affects shooting and one of them affects combat.
Yes.
So in either case, they're basically, you use it before a Skitarii unit from your army attacks in the
Fight or
shooting phase.
whichever one you pick.
Yep.
Pick the correct one, obviously.
Yeah. And then add +1 to hit rolls made for the unit this phase. It's already really great.
Yeah, +1 hit's always good.
Yep.
These guys are what? Normally hitting on 4s?
Some of them are 4s, some of them are 3s,
Yeah.
depending on what phase and what unit it is.
Right. Most of them are weapon skill 4 BS3, so.
Yeah.
Well, hitting on 4s,
Yep.
3s, respectively. So.
And then, however, if the unit has an enhanced data tether or a broad spectrum data tether, you add 2 to your hit rolls instead.
Which is pretty good.
Which is pretty good. I'm going to give you guys a little just preview of what's coming up today. You might notice I've got my beautiful Sidonian Dragoons here.
Yes, we've got quite a few.
Quite a few. So these are Skitarii units.
Yeah.
And they do all have a broad spectrum data tether on
Which is
them,
great.
which just comes with them. So that means that when I do use that ability on them, they're weapon skill 3, but they will get a +2 to hit.
Yes.
And then they all have taser lances. So if you hit on a 6+ with a taser lance, you cause 3 hits instead of 1. Now in this case, because I have a +2, it means on all my 4s are
4-ups.
4
are
ups.
getting triple hits.
Yep.
And
I'm hitting on 2s. So
yeah.
it's gonna hopefully spicy. This is my plan. Like I said.
Do you have any
spoiler.
reroll ones to hit on these guys?
I mean, there are some abilities that you have to reroll ones.
So remember again, mods come after rerolls.
Yep.
In 8th edition. So you normally hit on a 4-up.
Yep.
So if you don't get a 4-up, you're like, maybe I should reroll that.
Reroll that, yeah.
Yeah, and then you reroll them, and if you get any 4-ups, guess what? Those 4-ups are actually 6s now,
Yeah.
and I'm tasing the crap out of you. So, and how many attacks base do those guys have?
Those guys do have 3
Orokel
attacks base.
92, thank you for that follow.
Hey,
That's
thank
free.
you.
And yeah, they have 3 attacks base.
Yeah.
It's a possibility of 9 attacks per
9
guy.
hits, yeah.
9 hits.
And those are, strength 8, 2 damage. Only -1 AP, but
Only minus
only
one.
-1 AP.
Do you have a vehicle? Bzz,
Yeah.
It's toast.
So, like I said, spoiler.
Yeah, well, let's go through the rest of the stats real quick since we're talking about
Sure,
it.
yeah. So these guys, like I said, you'll probably see them in action today. They're movement 10, weapon skill and ballistic skill 3, strength 5 base, toughness 6
Oh, they're
wounds.
3 base on the weapon skill.
They are 3 base.
So, yeah, you're... Ooh.
Yeah.
Even meaner.
So I'm like, did you... And remember, one of the things that you're going to think about this is you're going to go like, well, I'm ballistic skill 3, or I'm weapon skill 3. Why does a 2+ matter to me, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things in the game now that give you minuses. Remember how we were just talking about how every army a lot of the armies have an ability to get -1 to shoot at?
Oh, or your guys outside of 12 inches? Well, you're -1
Right.
hit? Well, now I'm a +2, so...
Now I'm +2, so I'm still hitting you on 2s. Like,
Yeah.
are you Death Guard and have the Plague of Flies or
Right.
whatever? That's -1 hit in combat. Well, suddenly that
Doesn't matter at all.
Doesn't matter at all. So, it matters. Even if you don't have a six to hit ability that triggers, even if you don't have something like crazy, like
being able to negate your opponent's minuses on your rolls is super handy.
It's super handy.
Yeah.
So I mean, again, these guys are all toughness 6 with 6 wounds, 3 attacks, leadership 8. They only have a 4-up save. That's kind of their downside.
Yeah. Well, they're not Marines.
They're not Marines. Yeah.
But they're better equipped than Guard. Yes. I would say. Tougher armor.
Definitely. Yeah. They come with that taser lance. They can take other weapons. You're not going to see those today. These are all taser lances.
They're all taser lances all the time.
The taser lance, like I said, is +3 strength, -1 AP, 2 damage, which comes really nice against Disgusting Resilient.
Yes.
And then on a 6 to hit, it costs 3 hits. They do get benefit from Canticles of the Omnissiah.
Yeah. And are those fast attack, by the way?
They are fast attack.
They are fast attack. Yeah. They're one of the few fast attack units in the game that I think are actually, good.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, there's not... I just wrote up a thing about fast attack not being useful.
So these are expensive. My dream army right now, like at this point, is an army of like 12 of these, and then a bunch of Rough Riders supporting them.
Oh wow!
And just like this crazy,
crazy cavalry charge.
Crazy cavalry. Get the old mechanical horse models that the engineers in Fantasy used to Empire Engineers have.
That'd be really cool.
And
would you call it the charge of the electric company?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Not the light brigade.
Not the light brigade. No,
the electric company.
The electric company. Yeah.
Pay your bills.
But I'm like, that'd be a pretty cool looking army.
It would be pretty cool. Yeah.
All right, we got another question.
Yeah.
Ad-Mech 1897 wants to know, did they nerf infiltrators by taking away an attack compared to the Codex? I've heard they did, but confirmation?
To the index. Did they nerf? Let me grab the index real quick.
Here, I'll pull up the unit real quick. Infiltrators. Skitarian infiltrators. They have the basic Skitarian infiltrator has 2 attacks base now. They have, let's see, they're armed with a stub carbine and power sword. Let's see, stub carbines are 3-shot pistols at 18 inches, which is pretty good.
Yeah, they are really good.
And power swords are regular power swords.
So they have 2 base, you said?
They have 2 attacks base.
Okay, so yeah, they did. In the index, they had 3 attacks base.
Yeah, their infiltrator Princeps actually has the 3 attacks still,
but he had 4 in the book. Yes. So I guess they did nerf those.
I don't see any ability that gives them +1.
Yeah.
They still have the Neurostatic Aura from the index?
They do still have that. Okay.
So
they seem to be roughly they're the same power level at least.
Yeah. So yes, they did actually remove an attack from them.
Yeah.
Sapper Steve, thanks for that follow.
Hey,
thanks for the follow. They do have some cool options though. The taser goes back. It's +2 strength, which is pretty good.
And remember,
they're fast too.
Each hit of a 6 with this weapon causes 3 hits.
Yeah, if you swap out their stub carbine and power sword, you can get the Flechette Blaster and Taser Goad combo.
Yeah.
Flechette Blaster is a 12-inch pistol with 5 shots each. It's pretty mean. And then it's only strength 3, but still.
You can fire that in combat, remember?
Yeah, but you can fire them while you're in there. And then the taser goes again. That's the +2 strength. That's the one if you get a 6 to hit, 3 hits rather than just 1. So. Right.
I'm thinking that they probably did that nerf on purpose because of the taser goads and the Conqueror Imperative.
Yeah,
because they're like, because in the index they didn't have those. They don't have a way of getting +2, and you're like, man, like if I'm using that with those taser goads, and
suddenly every 4-up is getting 3 damage, and I'm rolling 3 dice per guy. Ooh,
So it does look like they nerfed that. I can see why they nerfed it. So honestly, I would say if you factor in that
I wouldn't even call it a nerf. I call it a tweak. I call it a rebalancing tweak, just because again. They didn't have all those stratagems. They didn't even have the warlord traits.
Right.
So you gotta refactor those things into the changes too. And I think it was a good balancing.
Definitely. So like, are they worse if you don't take the taser goads? Probably. Though they're gonna hit more than they would before if you're using that stratagem. So. But like,
are they worse if you don't use the stratagems? Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Company Master 97 wants to know, what's the Cord Claw like now?
The Cord Claw, you said?
Yes.
Cord Claw.
Is that a relic?
I'm not certain what that is.
Hang on.
Can you clarify? We are not super familiar with the Ad-Mech, unfortunately.
Yeah, we had to borrow this army. We've been reading it all weekend, and we're still like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Check the warrior
But
section.
they're so pretty.
They are really pretty. Cord claw.
Chord Claw.
Oh, that one. Okay, yeah.
That is it's 3 points, and
It's a rust stalker weapon. That's a word you can't say
Yeah, here you
5
go.
times
Yeah.
fast.
Cord claw melee. It's strength as user D3 damage now.
yep, and then
Can only be used to make one attack each time the model fights. Each time you make a wound on a roll of 6 up with this weapon, target suffers D3 mortal wounds instead of normal damage. So it's pretty good.
You don't really have any way of buffing wounds in this book, unfortunately. I
No,
don't
but you
think.
can buff your strength to wound with
Yeah,
the
that's not-
mechanicals, but
that's
it's
gonna
not.
help the 6.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, these are Skitarii, so like, yeah, you can't.
So how does
really,
that?
you
Let's see
can't
how that
really,
stacks up.
you can't really buff your wounds, but you can make it that you're going to get basically all your attacks are going to hit because you're hitting on 2s and 3 rolls 1s, and that's going to let you get more attempts to wound.
Right.
So more attempts to get that. So I don't. But yeah, that's what that does now. I don't know if that's changed or not.
I'm pulling that up right now. Let's see here.
And this book again does have a lot of stratagems. And
It's basically the same from the index.
yeah.
Yeah, 1 attack per time you fight, 6 up, D3 mortal wounds instead of the D3 regular damage. So yeah, it's basically the exact same from the index.
One of the ones that I really do like in this book that they have is
It's more expensive though.
Is
It's
it?
3 points down instead of.
Yeah.
Well, and then index was 3. I think it was.
7, did I say, or 6?
I thought it was 6.
Yeah, it's 3.
Oh, sorry. So no, the points stay
Yeah,
the same.
So nothing's changed in the cord claw.
Yeah. Cord claw, A-okay.
Yep. They also, one of the relics they have is the red axe, which is the Mars relics, or as I call the unnecessary axe. It replaces your Omnicide axe. It gives you +1 strength and has a -5 AP.
Wow.
Why does it have a -5 AP?
You know,
In case of shenanigans, pretty much. But like,
that
kinda-
means when you're hitting somebody with a 7 armor.
yeah, with a 1-up armor.
No,
yeah,
no.
7. Yeah.
When they have to make a 7 up from their armor.
Yep.
Now they have to make a 10, 11,
yeah,
12,
12 up.
12 up.
Yeah.
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 Have fun rolling that on a D6.
Woo! So yeah, like a -5 AP. Is there a point to that currently? No.
I'm sure there's something eventually that won't need that.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
probably
know.
won't need it.
I mean, you ignore all 6 ups, so I guess it's kind of like if you have a 2-up armor save, you just don't get an arm save now.
Yeah,
So I
but
mean, that's,
with a 4-up, you don't, right?
no, you still get a
Yeah.
6.
60, yeah.
So I mean, you
Yeah.
ignore.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, it's pretty good.
I guess so. I mean,
Yeah.
seems a little. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a bit. I mean, at that point too. I mean, if you have a 2-up save, you usually have an invulnerable.
Well, like you're usually using your invulnerable save.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
Navarin 419 has a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Says, any neat bonuses for Quester Mechanicus Knights over the Quester Imperialis from the Index?
So yes, let's go over. There's a couple stratagems. So
Oh yeah.
other than that, there's no actual bonuses other than stratagems in this book for them.
Right. Again, as we mentioned, the Questoris Mechanicus Knights
Mhm.
in this book, they have no houses yet. You can take a household, but they have no house rules yet. Household rules, not house rules. They have no household rules, but in this book they do have stratagem bonuses.
In fact, they've actually semi-nerfed them now.
In a weird way, yeah.
Well, they nerfed. So
Uh-oh, Abe's doing the cogitating real quick.
Uh-oh.
You can see the gears turning here.
The little hamsters are running.
Smell.
interesting.
Uh-oh, what'd you find, Abe?
Oh.
Well, to answer the
Okay,
question,
so,
let's get to
go-
the
okay, so-
stratagems first.
Stratagems. So what I was looking at is that the normal tech priest in the index, it can heal D3 damage to a vehicle. In here, the tech priest, if it's healing it to a Quester Mechanicus, only heals 1 though
Okay.
instead of D3.
Okay.
But interesting.
But go to
Call has the same named ability, but it's different.
Okay, so Call can probably do more wounds back.
He can do more wounds.
Okay.
He can heal any Imperial machine. Anyway, so the stratagems.
Yes, this is the advantage for running the Quester
Right.
Knights versus the Imperial.
So there's a couple of them. They get the Machine Spirit Resurgent, which is a 1 command point stratagem. Basically, until the end of the turn, you can use the top damage table
which is nice.
when
Yeah.
Just use
so
it.
like,
Yeah.
So like moving, shooting, all
shooting.
that. You don't lose any attacks, you don't lose any movement.
If you have any special ability.
Yeah, that'll trigger off all that.
Which is nice. So you're like, oh, am I all beat up?
Am I about to blow up? Too bad. Just kidding.
Bad. They get the benevolence of the Omnissiah, which they can use on Adeptus Mechanicus or Quest Mechanicus rule. It's again 1 command point. You basically use it when you would suffer a mortal wound.
Yeah.
And then on the 6, roll a d6, and then roll a d6 for every other mortal wound that's inflicted for the rest of the phase on that model. And a 5-up, you can ignore it.
So basically, you have a way not just to ignore, to ignore mortal wounds on a 5-up.
Only mortal wounds.
Only mortal wounds.
Yeah.
Only mortal. But,
yeah.
But I know for a lot of armies, causing mortal wounds to vehicles, to big vehicles like knights.
That's how you do it.
That's how they deal with them. Is they're just like, I'm just going to smite spam you. So, well, cool. On your turn, I'm going to use this ability, and now all of those smites, I at least get a 5. I get some kind of defense against them, which you don't normally have saves against mortal wounds. So that's pretty huge.
Definitely. Then you do have the Knight of the Cog stratagem. Again, 1 command point. You can use it at the start of any battle round, and then before you determine the mechanicals of the Omnissiah, and you select a Quest or Mechanicus unit in your army that's within 12 inches of an Adeptus Mechanicus character. So it's a little complicated, but sure. And then the unit gains the canonicals of the Omnissiah ability until the start of your next battle round.
So if you, I don't know, +1 both skill or +1 skill or whatever, reroll ones or something
like that. Yeah. So
there's what are the mechanicals real quick?
So the mechanicals are
there's +1 strength.
The mechanicals are reroll morale tests,
which
not going to affect the knight.
Yeah.
You have Litanies of the Electromancer, which is roll d6 for each enemy unit that's within 1 inches of an affected unit. Then you d3 mortal wounds.
Mortal wounds, right?
Chant of the Marshal's Fist, reroll ones to
Reroll
hit
ones.
in the fight phase.
Yep.
Shroud Psalm, unit gets bonuses if it was in cover.
Yeah, if you're in cover, you get the bonus.
Well,
if you're not in cover, you get a cover bonus.
If you're in cover,
it doesn't do anything.
Yeah. You get +1 strength.
+1 strength.
Or then you get rerolled ones to hit in the shooting phase.
Right. So not a +1, but the reroll of ones.
Reroll ones.
Right.
And I mean, honestly, like giving your Titan cover, your cover is like not the worst thing that could happen.
Yeah, giving him a +1, giving your knight a +1 says is pretty saucy.
Yeah.
Getting a reroll of your ones to hit in melee or close combat or shooting on a knight is going to be really valuable as well.
And then speaking, of course, of getting +1 to saves, the final of the stratagems is rotate ion shields, which is 1 command point.
Rotate the shields.
And you pick a Quest Mechanicus unit from your army that has an invulnerable save, and that unit gets +1 to its invulnerable save until the end of the phase.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be careful with that if Forge World is going to allow all of its Forge World knights to count, because some of those have like 3+ invulnerable saves.
You can go down 2-up, which they haven't. They've been really careful of not giving stuff 2-ups in this edition. 2-up invulnerable saves.
So they're going to do some workarounds. But even some of the Forge World ones that just have a 4-up that goes down to a 3-up, like a 3-up invulnerable save on a Knight Titan
is pretty good.
Is maybe a little OP. Like maybe.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah.
Another thing too, though, is like, well, again, we haven't seen the Forge World rules in play with this book, how they're going to interact.
Sure.
We don't know if the Forge World Knights are going to get Quester Knight status.
We don't.
Because the only ones that are in this book are the 5 right now.
Yeah.
And it just came out. We don't. I mean, the Imperial Armor Code indexes also came out too. So
I can just see like that weird conflict. Like, so what Forge World are you from? Oh, I'm from Imperial Index 3.
Oh yeah.
Like Imperial Armor 3.
Yeah.
What? That's the Forge World I'm for. That's what you're asking, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. What Forge World are you from? What? Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a thing. People are gonna have to.
Yeah.
I'm from Forge World, UK. Okay.
Yeah. So those four or five stratagems.
Yeah.
Are the only real benefit in this book. That
it's kind of a good.
They're
good though.
Yeah, they're all useful. So it's not like you're not getting anything, but you're not getting any faction wide bonuses. Yeah. I actually like it a lot because it rewards you for taking a knight, because again you can only use those stratagems once per turn, or each stratagem can only be once, and they're expensive, so you're really kind of rewarded for like taking a knight, which is kind of fluffy.
Yeah.
As opposed to like 5 knights, which is
pretty brutal.
Yeah, or something.
But
like
also
that.
5 knights. That's gonna be over 100 power level points.
Sure, but you're 3 knights or something. Like taking 1 knight, you're realistically going to get benefits and you'd be able to use stratagems on it and stuff.
And as we saw, most of the stratagems only affect the 1 knight anyway.
They all
there's
only affect 1 knight.
If you want to really maximize your command point usage, having multiple knights is not going to help you out.
It's not going to help it out. So if you're going to take a giant ton of knights, probably just take a knight force and be that person. Obviously, they do have abilities to repair vehicles in this book.
Yes.
Like I said, most of them only...
because we were just... Yeah, the thing that you were reading about.
So what's interesting to me, this is a weird thing, so the Call, the Tech Priest Dominus, and the Engine Seer all have the ability called Master of Machines.
Yes.
The Tech Priests, both the Tech Priests, the Engine Seer and the Dominus, is the same. It affects a Forge World vehicle.
That's a keyword, Forge World.
No, actually, they're all different.
Wait, what?
All of these abilities are the same name.
It's the same
but
name.
They're all different.
Okay, so let's go through them one by one.
Okay,
let's start with the Engine Seer.
So the Engine Seer is at the end of your movement phase. You can affect a single Forge World vehicle.
Again, that's keyword Forge World, not from Forge World.
Right. Astra Militarum vehicle.
Okay.
Or Questor Mechanicus vehicle.
Okay.
Within 3 inches. If the model being repaired is Forge World or Astra Militarum, it regains D3 wounds.
Mm-hmm.
If it's Questor Mechanicus, it regains 1 wound.
Okay.
You can't target the same model twice with the Master of Mechanics Machines rule.
Okay.
Or ability.
Oh.
Which is why they're all named the same.
That's why they're all named the same.
But
you
bad
can't,
form still.
You can't name. You can't use that ability. So
that's the Engine Seer. The Dominus is the exact same thing.
It's named the same.
It's named the same, and it works exactly the same, except it can't target Astra Militarum vehicles.
Okay.
You can only do Forge World or Questor Mechanicus.
Yeah, keyword Forge World,
Yes.
keyword Questor Mechanicus.
Again, it regains 1 wound on Questor Mechanicus.
Okay. So the Tech Priest Dominus ability is actually not quite as good as the Tech Priest Engine Seer ability.
Correct. The Tech Priest Engine Seer is better.
He works on Astra Militarum.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Call.
And then Call, same name again, Master of Machines. At the end of your phase, he can replay a single Imperium model.
Okay, but not himself.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he can repair a single Imperium model.
But that's just model.
That's just model.
It doesn't say vehicle.
No, it's just model.
Actually, yeah, because all the other ones say vehicle, but...
Yeah, and it says, at the end of your movement phase, Belisarius Call can repair a single friendly Imperium model within 3 inches, but not himself. The model being repaired regains 1 lost wound unless
it's an
Adeptus Mechanicus model, in which case it regains D3 lost. A model may not be the target of Master Machine's ability more than once per turn. So, Call can just give anything that's an Imperium keyword wound back.
Yeah.
Hey, your Commissar took a wound.
Took a wound, give back.
And just tighten your screws, Commissar, back in there.
So, I would say, it's interesting that all of those rules are different. I do not like that they all have the same name.
I don't either, but I understand why they did it.
I understand.
Because they don't want you to take the Tech Priest
and
they could have just... or multiple Engine Seers and just repair...
I mean, they could have just said in here, like, it doesn't benefit from this or that one or something like that. Like, Like, there's a way of wording it that didn't have 3 identical named rules that all... Because the problem is now you're like, well, what does Master of Machines do? And you're like,
which version?
Yeah. I don't know. What does Master of Machines do?
Yeah. You know why they gave it to Call like that? It's so he could repair Guilliman.
Yes.
So he can just run up to his boy and be like, hey,
so interestingly,
you got a leak
though,
in your
like,
power armor.
Like, the Tech Priest is still better at repairing, like, a Lehman Rust than even Call is. Like, Call, because he only has 1 wound to a Lehman Rust.
One.
So, like, Call can fix, like, a Primaris Marine, which I guess makes perfect sense.
Sure,
like,
he
made them, but, like...
it was interesting, too, like, the Tech Priest Engine Seer, though. Mm-hmm. Like, that's basically the Tech Priest we've seen running around with the guard
exactly,
for years.
It's exactly that.
That's basically why that ability has that.
So
and again, he's the new HQ choice,
right?
But I wouldn't say he's that particular Tech Priest has been around for a while. In my mind, like just working with guard and stuff like that.
Yeah,
as part of the forces of the Imperium.
A couple noticeable combos that you can do with that.
Oh yeah, talk combos for a minute.
Yeah, so
you've got a couple dirty ones.
There is just for this thing. There's a Tech Adept stratagem.
Mm-hmm.
It's 1 command point. She uses stratagem after an Adeptus Mechanicus character from your army has used an ability to repair a friendly model.
Mm-hmm.
IEG, EG, Master Machine. So again, they could have just said, instead of that you can't target with Master Machines, they could have just said, like, it can only be targeted by a repair thing once per game.
Sure, but keep going. What does it do?
So basically, the character could immediately use that ability again, and
Yeah.
he can even repair the same model.
So they just invalidated the other. So
So, on top of that, you've also got the Warlord trait, Mech Dominator. Yeah,
Which
Mecha
one?
Dominator.
yeah, Mecha Dominator.
Which is... Oh, no, not that one.
Necromechanic, yeah.
Which is every time you use it, your Warlord uses an ability to repair a friendly model, which again, so they have another way of saying it,
Yeah.
that model regains 1 additional wound.
So theoretically,
Mm-hmm.
you're repairing Quester Knight.
Sure.
Normally they only get 1 wound back.
Yep.
But now they're going to get 2 wounds because of the additional Warlord trait.
Yep.
And you can then spend a command point to do it again to give them another 2 wounds back.
Another 2 wounds back.
Or if it's one of these crazy dragoons.
Dragoons or
D3 plus 1, D3 plus 1.
Yep. And then you also have the Auto Caduces of Arcan Land, which are a relic you can take, which whenever you attempt to repair a model, Adeptus Mechanicus model, you can reroll the dice to determine how many wounds are repaired.
Yeah, so
you know,
so
if you-
2d3
yeah,
plus 2 plus you can reroll the d3s.
plus you can reroll it, yeah.
So-
like the Doom Crawlers, which have 11 wounds, if you want to keep one of those alive, you're like,
Oh, yeah.
you're like, yeah,
I'm gonna undo your whole turn of shooting.
yeah,
now. Like-
basically. So there's some. That's one of the interesting combos. I would have to see if you can combo it with a.
Which book?
Let me talk.
Oh, he's got some crazy
Toxic
crazy
things.
ideas. One of the things I was curious about too, I'm pretty sure they have a couple of ways to get back command points too. Is that correct?
They
Dave?
do. There is a Warlord trait,
Yes, that's the one I was looking for. Let me just find it real quick.
which is a really interesting, really worded Warlord trait.
Let me see here. Which Warlord? That's the canonical one. It's not Mecha Dominator. Mecha Dominator is cool. Your opponent must subtract 1 from hit rolls when they make any of their vehicles target your Warlord. It's kind of funny. Let's see. Efficiency. Where's that?
It is this one right here. The very first one.
We do have another question when you get a minute.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So once per battle, you can reroll a single hit roll, wound roll, or damage roll made for your Warlord. In addition, if your army is battle forged and your Warlord is on the battlefield, roll a d6 each time you or your opponent use a stratagem. On a 6, you gain a command point.
Mm-hmm.
Again, each time you or your opponent.
So it's kind of cool.
So you can steal their command points.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. All right, what was the question, Jen?
So, Company Master 97 wants to know, are the knights the same as the ones in the index, or did they add the FW ones in there?
No.
They do not have the Forge Rolled Knights.
Yeah.
They have. Let me read the knights real quick because there's 5 different knights in this book. There's the. Let me get to make sure. Yeah, Knight Errant, Knight Paladin, Knight Warden, Knight Gallant, and then the Knight Crusader.
Yeah.
And they're all different versions of the same kit. Essentially, some of them are more close combat focused than others. Some of them are more shooty focused. But those are the 5 knights that are Questores Mechanicus knights in this book specifically. Currently, there are no Forge World knights in this book at all.
I don't know if those are the same ones that are in the index too. Those 5.
Yeah.
I don't know if the points have changed. They probably tweaked a thing here or two.
Yeah. Wouldn't be surprised if
Yeah.
they got tweaked a little bit there.
I guess the question is, can the Tech Marine affect them if they've been affected by those guys?
Does he have Master Machine?
He doesn't have Master Machine. He says the model can only be repaired once per turn. I would say that's pretty clearly not. But again, what does repair mean?
Right, that's not a defined term.
Right, so that's
technically,
why
we
they
have a good idea of what repair. Like, hey, I'm
Exactly.
fixing this vehicle to get
Yeah.
more wounds back, but at the same time, it's not. Nowhere in the book to say a repair is when this happens,
Right.
and then that gets a conflict of like, well, if I can only repair it once per turn, what if I master machines twice, and then that
And then
kicks
do
in?
this,
It's
yeah.
a separate ability. Well, it's funny though, because like you said, though, they have that Warlord trait that's like anytime you repair a vehicle, it's implied what that means.
Yeah,
But
and then and they have that here. So again, I don't know why they had to tell them all Master Machine. They could have all called them different things.
repairability. Anytime
And-
you use repairability.
Yeah, and then just said you can only repair
Yeah.
a vehicle once. and it would have probably been pretty clear, and they could have put a little FAQ note saying that repair a vehicle.
They probably will.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good.
Yeah, it'll be good. We have any other questions, Jen?
No, that was the end of it.
All right. So we got a couple more minutes.
Yeah.
Overall, like, what do you think of the book? Do you think it's an improvement over what came before?
Absolutely, I think it is a big improvement. The biggest improvement in my mind, the reason I think it's such a good improvement, is that it's the 3 books in one place now.
Yeah.
That's huge. If you don't know why, then you didn't have to buy 3 books from the last edition and lug those around for one thing.
Yeah.
But just having all of your stuff in one spot is super handy. Again, minor point tweaks from the index. We like the index stuff already, so this is just more of the same.
Mm-hmm.
I liked all of the extra stratagems now. Again, 28 total stratagems. All the extra relics, 15 extra relics, new relics that they can use.
And what's everyone's favorite stratagem in here?
Oh my gosh!
You know what the favorite stratagem is?
What's the favorite stratagem?
I think at least for us, the favorite stratagem is going to be Machine Spirit's Revenge.
Oh, why, Abe? What does that
it's
do?
It's 1 command point, and it's used as stratagem when one of your vehicles is destroyed.
Yes.
And don't roll a dice; the vehicle automatically explodes.
Yes, we love exploding vehicles.
We love
here in
exploding
vehicles.
It's
We
just
love them.
anytime they can go boom, we want them to. Even if they're our own vehicles, it's okay because explosions make everything better.
But there are still, like, I think that there are a lot of really good, and this is one of the interesting ones that it's more similar to probably to the Space Marine book than anyone else. Because the Space Marine book had a lot of stratagems that affected like 1 or 2 units in it that were old, like special abilities, like had the
like the kill shot,
like the kill shot, and it has the one for whirlwinds. It had the
land speeder thing.
It has the mines for scout bikes that they can throw mines. It has like one for just Vanguard veterans and stuff. So this book also, most of the other books tend to have more generic ones that are like any infantry or stuff like that. This book, not only does it have several that affect all Skitarii, but it does have several that are very specific to Electro Priest units or
gives them their special abilities without being in their unit profile. It's now a stratagem that you can activate.
Exactly. So there's a number of them that are very specific to one unit or one very small subset of units.
One of the things too that I really like about this book, mentioned earlier, is there really are 7 different ways to build an army or play this army based on which forge world you want to do, and we've seen different combos that you could do with, an insane amount of shrink 5 shots with the right combo from stratagems and warlord traits and things like that, getting an HQ nearby and that type of thing, and then we've also seen the other side, which a crazy number of close combat attacks. I really do think that this book, with all the different unit types, I believe there's 22 units in this book.
I mean, it's not huge, but it's a decent amount for a new army.
For a newer forge,
Yeah, that's really only a couple years old.
If that, That's it's just, we're excited about it. I'm glad to see it all in one place now. I'm hoping to see more and more Ad-Mech players out there. This is the army. I mean, this is one of those armies that I really wanted to start too. I just, how it goes. You've already got like so many armies, and you just don't have the hobby time to do everything. But this was always my dream project. Was like, I want to do that army, and I know I'm not alone. And now this is just like, it's gonna suck me in, Abe.
This is also, I think, interestingly enough, the hardest army to charge.
We didn't even talk about the Overwatch things.
So they do have a couple different Overwatch tricks. So first off, the Agrippina Forge World on its own. It's just you hit on 5 pluses for Overwatch.
Yeah, that's a chapter Forge World trait.
Yeah, so everyone gets that.
You hit on 5 ups on your Overwatch.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I just want to also say, just funnily enough, the Gaias, because it affects vehicles, the refusal to yield, which is not whenever you take your last moon model on a 6+, you don't die. It affects their vehicles too. Which is kind of cool. But anyway, so Agrippina, just across the board 5 up to hit on Overwatch. That makes them like super hard to charge. But you also have a couple interesting stratagems. So you've got the Info Slave Skull, which is very similar to it's the same as the Auspex scan that Space Marines get, which is when a unit deep strikes or infiltrates nearby, you get a free shot at them.
Which is nice.
Which again is great. It's a great way to prevent people from jumping up and charging. And then you also have the Cognus Overwatch strategy.
What does that one do?
For 1 command point, you use this before a Adeptus Mechanicus unit from your army fires Overwatch, and then any Cognus weapons that are fired are fired on ballistic skill
That's right.
instead of 6s.
Woo.
So
It's bad. It's
not-
bad times.
it's bad, yeah. So not all units in the army get Cognus weapons, obviously.
That's true. Yeah.
But I think like probably the key one that you're going to use this one on a lot is the Iron Striders Ballistari,
Yeah.
which are these guys, but like with
The shooty version.
The shooty
of those
version of these guys.
Yeah.
And you can have 6 of them that all have twin Cognus autocannon, so like 24 autocannon shots.
Yeah. That's a unit you're never gonna want to charge.
Right, or a bunch of, or 12 last cannon shots or whatever.
Yeah.
And this is the unit that you like want to be moving around the side, shooting and
Yeah.
moving. And if they somehow get lucky enough and charge you, you're like, oh.
Oh, did you charge me?
Yeah.
That's just good for me. Here's a bunch of shots as I eliminate your unit before it gets there.
Yeah,
So.
can benefit some other units in the army too, but that's probably the one that's going to get the most benefit
Yeah.
out of that. And that's
Like,
really
how do you
great.
deal with that? Like, because they're tough.
They're tough. Yeah.
They have lots of wounds.
Yeah.
Like 6 wounds still.
They still have 6 wounds. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're still tough to 6.
Tough 6
Yeah.
wounds. They have
And
the 4-up save.
4-up save. Charging them is hard. They've got a 6-up invulnerable as well.
Yeah.
Same like with the Castellan robots that can be like, oh, I've got
Mortal wounds. That's what you do.
Mortal
you
wounds.
just chuck mortal wounds at them and hope.
Well, I'm just gonna use my ignore mortal wounds on a 6.
Oh. No, that's Questor's Knights.
It's Questor's Knights or Forge World or Adeptus Mechanicus vehicles.
Oh, yeah. So
And these are vehicles from the Adeptus Mechanicus.
take that, me.
Bam!
Ouch.
Denied. So you've got that. You've got a lot of interesting stratagems, a lot of ways to build different lists. You can build an actually pretty fast, mobile, like shooting list. You can
I'm
build-
pretty interested now to see these guys in actions versus the Death Guard. Because
Yep.
I know we're gonna see the Blight Bomb try to go off again.
We're gonna see the Blood Bomb guy try off, but I think we're gonna see some Taser Lances.
Taser face.
And we're gonna see what electricity does to
Taser
big boils. Why
Yeah.
do they call you Taser Face? Do you shoot
Did you
tasers?
pick
Out of
did
your
you
face?
pick that name for yourself? Yeah. You let people call you that? So
Taser face.
yeah, I'm excited to see what's gonna go down.
Mhm.
So we're wrapping up here real quick. Do we have any last final questions, Jen?
Comments?
We did, but we can save it for when we start the game because we gotta go.
Okay.
We're out of
Okay.
time.
We're out of
Alright.
time. Stick around. We've got the new Ad-Mech Codex. Show that one off
Woo.
against the newer Death Guard Codex.
Not as new.
Not as new.
We're just gonna throw the
It's new
books
to
at
you.
each other.
Yeah.
and
Yeah, they're
it's
just
gonna be just a book versus a book.
No, don't do
Yes.
that. Don't do that. So Death Guard versus Ad-Mech coming up here shortly. We'll be back in like
About
what?
5 minutes.
About 5 minutes.
Yep.
Don't go anywhere.
If you have more questions, ask them. We'll answer them. We'll
Yes,
try to get to
I'm
them as we
taking
go.
a tally of your questions and we will answer them at the top of the hour.
All
We
right.
gotcha. So we'll see you in a bit.
Woo!
Bye, guys. Just gonna keep waving.
Of chaos.
Wah!
Yeah. Ha ha ha. Speaking of chaos. Oh yeah, chaos.
That works. Yeah, it's good.
Such enthusiasm.
right. I'm flustered. I just ran in. I'm here now.
Welcome to the Belfry. Welcome to Dark Apocrypha. I'm Stable Abe.
I'm Matt.
And behind the camera we have our amazing
Selena Kyle.
Oh, Selena
Hey, everybody.
Gomez. It's Texas.
Welcome back.
There's only one Selena in Texas.
It's Gomez,
Yeah.
isn't it? What's her? Wait.
No,
what's
there's
the other-
actually a town named Selena.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's that too. But she's from Corpus. They have a statue of her.
No, that's.
Huh?
I'm
That's a
so
whole
good. That's
different-
not. Wait, Selena Gomez is a different Selena, right?
That's a whole different Selena.
Yeah.
Selena
Okay, all right.
Quintanilla is from Corpus Christi.
There we go.
Sorry, that one.
Oh,
yeah,
there's so many
it's confusing
Selenas.
me.
They're all just Catwomen,
There's
right?
a lot
They're
of
all-
Selenas.
Right?
It's
an awful lot.
Basically,
of
this is the DC corner because I'm Catwoman today, and behind me is Wonder Woman.
And I'm the
So it all
Joker,
works
right?
out. Hey!
I make jokes.
But are you a Midnight Toker?
No.
Jokes.
On
Hello,
you!
everybody. Welcome to Dark Apocrypha, where we make shitty jokes all the time.
Anyway, back on topic, back on subject. Today we are fighting this amazing battle for you. We have the brand new Adeptus Mechanicus
It's so pretty.
book here, and we have managed. One of our friends, Brandon, has loaned us this absolutely amazing.
Thanks, Brandon.
We appreciate you.
Ad-Mech army. It was painted by Aventine by Chris, who you'll see here on Thursday actually playing.
Really?
yeah.
Right, Thursday.
Thursday we're gonna do a special game. Thursday night.
No one
so
tells me
pay
anything.
attention to that. But yeah, so this is a beautiful Ad-Mech army we'll be using for this week. And then we've also got the new Death Guard over there. So we are doing a narrative campaign this week. Normally when a new army comes out, we do some more like hardcore stuff. This week we're still just doing a narrative campaign. None of us know Ad-Mech well enough to do something crazy hardcore with them. And while we were able to borrow an army, it didn't have enough to do all the really weird stuff we would want to do. So we're just going to kind of do some fun stuff. But we are going to show off the Ad-Mech. So kind of set our stage here. Matt is playing the forces of Lord Rhynus the Viral of the Death Guard. That's his Chaos Lord. And this is the world of Sidon. And Matt has come here, or Lord Rhynus has come here, and he's just virused the entire planet.
Like I do.
Everyone here is dead. And my commander,
Mission accomplished. Time to go home.
Magos Narses of Mars, of Mars itself, has arrived here. And he arrived, unfortunately, a little too late to save anyone on the planet. But does he care about human life? Probably not.
Well, in the same sort of way, I assume like Cybermen from Doctor Who care about human life.
Right.
Because like, that's the easiest way to make cyborgs is with human
Right, no,
lives.
I mean, like he's Imperial, so he cares about human life, but is he, like, really sad that they all died? Like,
It's probably not sad, it's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate. Exactly. Perfect, yes. So he and his Sidonian Dragoons have arrived here on Sidon, different spelling, and they do have a mission. They are trying to recover some hidden data cache in an old Adeptus Mechanicus outpost here. So these are data codes to awaken Night Titans
Uh-oh.
that have been abandoned here.
Uh-oh.
So we need to recover them. But Rhynus the Viral has heard about this, and he wants to corrupt these data codes so that chaos will infest the Night Titans.
Mad hacks. Yo.
Dun dun dun.
Hip.
So we're going to be fighting over this. This week's campaign is called Sidonian Knights. Like an N because it features some night battles, and in fact, this particular battle is going to be fought at night.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got our two armies here. We'll go over those in a second, but quickly the objective. We are playing just kind of like kill points is the base of it. So for every
power rating.
Yeah, every unit you kill, you get power rating and points for that. We are also using the Warzone Night Fight special Warzone from the rule book. Basically means for every 12 inches we're away from them, it's a -1 to hit. I've got it over here.
Okay. What are all these books?
There's also you also get a special stratagem in it that lets you throw flares,
light them up.
Yeah, light them up to do that stuff. And those are really the main things that are going to happen here. Then, in addition to that, we'll go over all those details. In addition, there's 3 objectives. There's one here. This is the data cache in the Adeptus Mechanicus Fortress. There's one over here. This is the newly virused out center here, where he wants to put some viruses. He's trying to fight Lord Rhynus is trying to convert the flesh viruses to technoviruses in this plant.
Sure.
And then there's the data transfer center, which is actually underground here. We need to control from that. So, if I control this objective, if the Ad-Mech controls this objective at the end of the game, I get 10 extra command or victory points.
10 command points. Great. Fine.
If Matt, the Death Guard, can control that objective at the end of the game, he gets 10 extra command points.
Oh.
If we control both our objective and the objective in the middle at the end of the game, we're going to get 30 extra points.
Oh.
Because that's going to allow us, so we can do half of it with controlling one of it, but only by controlling this can we actually transmit the virus or conquer the virus. So we need to control 2 of them.
Interesting.
So this is the transport center. So he can make the virus over there, but he can't get it into my codes without controlling the bunker. And I can get my stuff, but I can't fully protect it without controlling the bunker. So it's going to be a brutal fight, and if somehow we can control both of those objectives, if not, it's not the end of the world. You still get points otherwise.
Sure.
So that's it. Matt, why don't you go over your list really quickly?
Okay. So I'm playing Death Guard. I have a pretty similar list to what we've seen thus far last week during Death Guard week. I have my 40 Poxwalkers in 2 separate squads, so 20 each. I have a 20 units or 20 model squad of Plague Marines. I have 2 Chaos Spawn up here. I have my Predator. I have some Blight Lord Terminators. I have some Blight Lord Terminators with my Chaos Lord hovering.
Now, real quickly, before you put those in reserve, I'm going to just remind you that one of the rules of the night fight is that the first time you bring any unit comes in from reserve, you roll a dice, and on a 1 or a 2, it comes in next turn instead.
Oh.
So there's always a chance, and that's for each unit individually.
Okay.
So there's always a chance that something could mess up, and the night will delay them.
Yeah.
I don't know if that changes your opinion.
Yes, it does, because I don't trust myself to not do that.
Not roll one.
Yeah, so I'm going to just set them up over here.
Okay.
Because basically my plan was to have them
To
secure
have them
that
get on
objective.
there.
So I'm just going to do my best to try to line them up over here. Chaos Lord in the back as best you can. There we go.
All right.
Cool. So they're not reserved. They just drop down,
Yeah,
and
just like
then
that
it's
right
night.
now. Woo!
All right, and then I also have a bunch
So that's
of...
Lord Rhynus the Viral over there.
Right. Yep.
All right. And then what are your other characters?
All right, so I have... I'm going to try to remember all these names, because I'm not great with this. So I have my Biologist Putrefier.
Nope.
No. My Biologist Putrefier is this guy.
Yes.
Grenade Boy.
Grenade Boy.
Right. I have my Malignant Plague Caster.
Who is the plague caster's name is Gallus the Poxridden.
Right. Which I am told is some sort of pun, but I don't understand it. I have Tallyman.
Yep.
And then
Noxious Blightbringer.
Noxious Blightbringer.
Right.
I know what they do, I just don't know their names. And I think that's all my characters.
Yeah.
Or all my elites.
So
HQ.
The elite characters don't get names today.
Sure. And that's my list.
All right. So I am playing the brave, hardwired to be brave forces of the Adeptus Mechanicus. So I've got 3 units, 3 10-man units of Skitarii Vanguard. There's one right here. Over here you can kind of see it. There's one here and one here. So there's 20 men here, 10 men over here. Then I've got 2 6-man, 6-model units of Sidonian Dragoons. I've got Cleo Squadron and Calliope Squadron over here. I've got my Dune Crawler over here. I've got my Tech Priest Dominus right here. That is Magos Narses. And I've got my Engine Seer Flavius back here. And then I have 10 Sicarian Infiltrators, and they are actually going to be coming in from reserve infiltrating in, and we'll see if they can arrive in time.
Dun dun dun.
Furthermore, this battle is going to determine who fights in the next battle. So whoever wins this is going to go on to the next battle. They'll come back. We're going to see both these armies back on this table again on Wednesday. So don't worry, it's not your only chance to see Ad-Mech. But you should definitely watch this Ad-Mech battle. But whoever wins today will get to fight someone tomorrow. We won't reveal that because whoever wins today is going to determine who they fight tomorrow. So we're kind of doing another little branching thing here. It will either be Eldar or Necrons.
Ooh.
Alright.
Robot on robot action, perhaps?
Perhaps some robot on robot action. So we're both set up, and we just need to roll to see who gets the first turn.
You have the dice?
Yes, I do. What color do you want? Green?
Yes.
And I'll roll the red of Mars.
Are we just straight up?
Just straight up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Straight up now, tell me, do you want to roll
You go
the
first.
dice or be
You have more units than me, I think.
Well then, good thing we're not counting. It's got a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. 6.
6.
Hey.
Right. You're first.
Good stuff. Okay. I have a pretty melee-centric army, so I am glad I have my runny bell man.
Running bell then. Jen, did you see how we had some questions when Matt moves?
Yeah.
Tape measure.
Separated Miles wants to know. Oh wait, no, we got one before that. Sorry. Phelps1227 wants to know what's the biggest weakness in the book.
Dice.
In the Ad-Mech, the biggest weakness in the Ad-Mech book, probably like, in some ways like long-range anti-tank firepower. They honestly only have like 2 units that really get it. They've got the Ogrenar Doomcrawler. I mean, not counting Knights, obviously, but they've got the Ogrenar Doomcrawler, which can get some, and then the Iron Strider Skitarii, which gets some pretty decent. But outside of that, they don't have a ton of long-range anti-tank fire. They also don't have any transports, which is a weakness of its own. So I mean, they've got a lot of weird vehicles, but not really any traditional vehicles, and definitely the lack of transports is a problem for them, I would say too. And that, while you can make up, that's actually probably the biggest problem to me, because while you can make up for long-range firepower by allying in other detachments, because of the restriction on transports, there's really no way of getting a transport other than maybe some random Forge World thing that you could put any of your guys into. And since some of the infantry are close combat infantry or pretty close range infantry, that's probably the biggest weakness.
Separated Miles wants to know whom would you say Forge World wise has benefited the most from the separate dogums and strats?
Mars, it's hard to say. I think that probably it's really hard to say. They're all actually pretty good. The Mars one, because if you take Call, and I'm playing Mars today, just so you know. If you take Call, the Mars one, Glory to the Omnissiah, is really great. And Glory to the Omnissiah is definitely, which is the one that lets you roll, have 2 canticles instead of 1, is definitely a really good ability. It's also an ability that possibly will have no effect on your army, on certain turns at least. Like, it's going to help you at some point, but you can still be like, well, I rolled double +1 toughness, or I rolled double reroll 1s in the combat phase, and that doesn't really give me any benefit, especially if there's no combat this turn. I think that the Agrippina ability to hit on 5+ in Overwatch is probably one of the most powerful out of any army-wide doctrine I've seen, especially in this list. Funnily enough, it does get past certain things like the Calyxus's everyone hits them on 6. It says you shoot with 6-up ballista skill, but this still gets past it. You still hit him on 5-ups, which actually funnily makes you better at shooting him in Overwatch than normal. So I think that's I think Agrippina really benefited. Shroud Protocols, which is the -1, is great, and Ryza, which lets you reroll wounds in combat. So it really depends on what kind of army you're going for, and this list can really build some very divergent armies. Overall, Agrippina, it might be the best, I think, since they get not only the 5-up Overwatch, but they get fresh converts, which can potentially let you bring back 20, almost 20 command points of a unit, and you can do it 1, so you can like bring like a huge unit. And then their Forge World trait, their Warlord trait, is reducing the damage dealt to the Warlord by 1 to a minimum of 1, which is also really good. Metallica's probably on the weaker side, I would think. Sturgis 8 is also really powerful. They're basically the Alpha Legion or Raven Guard. They get not only the -1 to shoot you, but they can infiltrate any unit in their army. That's not that. So I mean that can mean, just like to point out, that could be like these guys. That could be a unit of Sidonian Dragoons that you just set up 9 inches away from the enemy, and then you go first and charge them on the first turn. And they got nothing against you. They also, their Warlord trait gives you +1 to wound against some things. What are you looking for there?
Chaos Spawn movement. They do go 7.
Yeah. So I mean, those are probably the two best I would say, is the Sturgis 8 and Agrippina. Mars is also pretty powerful though. And we'll see how good they are today as well.
They're terrible.
Any other questions out there?
Not yet.
All
Anybody
right.
with questions, please do shoot us to
Yeah.
us in chat.
But like not out of guns, please.
Yes, not shooting questions out of guns is weird.
It is
Don't do
weird.
that.
But people in our chat are sometimes awesome. Sometimes awesome. So Matt, what's your plan today?
Kill you.
Dax wants to know if we're going to have call at all this week.
No, we don't have a call model, unfortunately.
So
So we will not be seeing call. It's one of the reasons we're kind of just doing a more fun narrative campaign. Probably won't see more Tyrion this week either. We saw him a lot last week. We want to do some different things with Death Guard that don't make half of the points being Tyrion.
He's so good.
He is so good, and Call's really good too. We will hopefully be seeing some new Death Guard models this week or next week.
yay.
So we've got the new Terminator, the Death Shroud Terminators, the Bodyguard Terminators came out. We're working on getting those painted up as soon as we can, and then as new stuff releases, hopefully we'll be able to show some of that stuff off eventually here. So keep paying attention to the Death Guard. They are one of the biggest armies we have in the studio, and they're going to continue to grow all throughout this release. And as Larry looks at his old Death Guard models in comparison to the new one, and slowly gives up inside and buys more and more of them. Because at first, this is Larry's army that one of his baby armies that he babies, and at first he was like, I'm not going to replace all my old models with the new bigger guys. And then he played one game, and he's like, those new models are so much bigger and cooler than mine. I'm gonna have to replace
Larry.
half my army, aren't I? And I was like, yeah, Larry, yeah, you are.
Do not eat yellow snowsticks. Just put a potato with wires on the board. It looks the same.
That's true. Now you know that they move slower, right?
Yep. Yep. They got 4-inch move.
All right, and they advance slower too, right?
Oh, do they?
Are those Ad-Mech Walker's troops?
These are fast attacks.
Luckily, I rolled a 1 on my advance, so
You're
no.
moving real fast, buddy.
yeah,
The walkers are a fast attack choice.
probably should have deep striked them. I forgot they move 4.
Dax wants to know, Abe, can you use the knight-specific stratagems only if you are running an Ad-Mech army, or can you if they are a separate detachment?
They only affect a Quester Mechanicus knight, so they would only affect knights that you took from the Ad-Mech list that had the Quester Mechanicus instead of the knight. Instead of, I think there's a different one that they get in the index. If I'd have to double check the index. You wouldn't get them just, even if it's in the index, you wouldn't get them just from running the index. You'd have to take a detachment of Ad-Mech and have a detachment of knights from the index, and then maybe it would work, but there's no point of that. I don't think that they work on any of the Forge World knights, which would be the only other point at the moment. I'm guessing that Forge World will probably go ahead and make it so that they do work, just like they did a lot of the Chaos Dreadnoughts and stuff like that all got the Hellbrute keyword added into them so that the Chaos stratagems and stuff would work on them from the book.
So
doing something fun?
yes,
fancy?
I'm doing a neat thing.
Okay.
So during my movement phase,
Okay.
I will be strategizing Cloud of Flies
Okay.
on my Death Guard infantry, my Plague Marines.
Fancy.
Until the start of my next movement phase, enemy models can only shoot this unit if it's the closest visible target.
Okay.
And I have a horde of Poxwalkers in front, so I'm hoping for the best there. But then also, because I have my Tallyman with his 7-fold chant, I get to roll 2d6, and on a 7+, Nurgle bestows his blessings upon my army. The command points spent to use that stratagem are immediately refunded.
Ooh.
Which is sort of a weird way to phrase it, because I do spend it, but then I get it back.
Yeah.
Which I guess would trigger, like, for your thing.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, looking for a 7. And I got a 6.
So you do spend it.
Yep.
Now I do have the Marvelous Monitor, and I did roll a 6.
Just
So-
now?
Just now.
Oh.
So I actually get a command point.
Can you go up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just steal one.
Okay.
Well, but, like, I didn't, I guess,
You
I
get-
guess because there's no maximum.
There's no
It's just
maximum.
like, here's how
Yep.
many you get.
I gain a command point, so I now have 7 command points. Woo! Warlord traits.
Fine. Oh, I don't have one. Plus one.
GoBot 707 says it's 7, not 7 up.
Yeah, it is exactly 7 for this. It is,
Oh.
the malignant.
Oh, it is.
The malignant plague caster is a 7+ for its ability,
Mm-hmm.
which is probably why the confusion. This one is.
Yeah.
overlords.
No, that's it. Yeah, it is just 7. Well, I guess, alright. For Nurgle, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
You should get one of the Nurgle traits, really cool Warlord traits, really quickly. Are you done? Is that your turn? Or are you
That is my movement phase.
Okay.
Shoot all the things.
I am going to probably Psychic,
No.
but for my Warlord traits, which are in here somewhere,
I think you were just after.
was I?
No, are they right in front there? No, the next page. Like right next page there.
There we go.
You can always roll randomly.
How's the temperature in here, guys? Are you guys good? Is it
Ooh,
cold?
Fine.
steamy.
Is it steamy really?
Yes, all this putrid biomass rotting on that side of the table.
Tends to do that. Let's off some heat, you know?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean his army. That's not a
Right.
comment on Matt himself. He's not putrid bio. Matt's not putrid biomass, guys.
Confirmed, everybody.
weapon.
Abe thinks Matt's hot.
Ooh. I don't think he's
I'll get
hot.
Arch Contaminator.
Okay.
'Cause that one's fun.
What does that one do?
Reroll all failed wound rolls for plague weapons within 7 inch of my Death Guard Warlord. So all of my weapons that they don't have will not apply. So never mind.
Aren't all their bale swords?
Oh, Bale Swords, yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
They all
yeah,
have
right,
plague
right, right.
weapons, in fact.
Yeah, okay. I'm just so used to Terminators just having power
Yes.
fists. So they all have Bale Swords, and one of them has a
Spike
flail
sensor,
of
sense of plague.
Contaminator.
Yeah.
Whatever. it's
Dumb thing.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
It's a fun, neat weapon. So I'm going to Psychic.
Alright.
I am
Psychic,
going
joy,
to...
joy.
Separating miles, this game is power 86.
Yes.
I'm going to Putrescent
More
Vitality
Okay.
on... so that can shoot a lot.
It can shoot a fair amount, yeah.
Alright, that's like your biggest shooter.
That's my biggest, like, heavy things that shoots. I mean, these guys all have guns.
Yeah. Alright, we'll do it on this squad.
Okay.
Looking for a 6.
Alright.
Got it.
You got it.
Can I get a marker so I
And
don't forget?
reminder to everybody who is new to our chat room,
Dice.
we are in the middle of September. So
Oh,
anybody
yeah,
who
still going on.
subscribes to a channel for the first time in the month of September gets half off on their subscription level.
Yeah.
So anybody who's been thinking about it and wasn't too sure, you can sub to our channel for
Then I will
$2.49 this month.
pestilence
Or if you want to become a
this
Chaos Lord
Okay.
and get the ability to negatively affect somebody once per game here on Bell of Lost Souls, you get it for
Playcaster
$12.99.
special abilities, right?
Great.
Is that only on Smite, or is it on anything? What's the Playcaster ability?
I don't know. Does he have a neat ability?
Yeah, he does, because you rolled above a 7 both times.
Learning new things.
Yeah, come join us. You also, I don't know if Jim mentioned, you'd be able to vote for our next subscriber special.
Yes.
That'll be.
Which we will have
you
Artilo
have to
Zelda
be within
on
7.
channel tomorrow telling
Within
us a little
7.
bit more about the other 2 games that we are going to have as an option for our subscribers to
so
choose for
another
us.
marker for this guy.
We currently have 3 Chaos Lords with their own special and unique Chaos Lord abilities.
-1 to hit, +1 toughness and strength.
You mark them with the number that they are.
What?
Like there's you have 6. There's 1 through 6. of the spells, mark them with the spell number.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is smart.
And kind of like I mentioned, I think it's this Thursday we're doing the extra Thursday game.
Yeah. So this Thursday is just a bonus Thursday game. It's not a sub-only game.
It is going to be more like a tournament-ish game.
Yes.
Chris Long, who paints a lot of our stuff,
am
and Mateen, you
done.
going to shoot your predator?
Yes.
He's coming to hang out with us.
He's coming and he's going to be bringing his beautiful Yunari army.
Oh, I'm so sad. I'm gonna miss it.
I will be playing him with our awesome Slanesh Noise Marine Emperor's Children.
Nice.
I'll start on your heavy thing.
Okay. So
that is 4 hits, 4 shots.
It's okay,
or
Sharon
4
the
shots.
Siren. You can unfollow us. You're already a sub.
So
That's
you
already a
are
thing.
24 over to your 25 inches away.
Sure.
So you'll have -2
Oh,
to
it's
hit me,
nighttime.
and so you'll have -3 because you moved.
Alright, I can still hit.
You can still hit.
Oh, Sharon the Siren, you actually did unfollow us. Well, thank you for re-following. Welcome to the Belfry,
Thank you for
Sharon
that
the
follow,
Siren.
Sharon. Alright, I got one hit
You
with
got
the
a hit
cannon.
there. Yeah.
And what is your toughness?
What is my toughness?
Super competitive on Thursday, yes.
Doesn't matter. It's out of
Isendar says nobody's allowed to smile all stream.
No one. None of us will
It's
smile.
serious business.
And then 2 last games.
1 hit.
Curses.
And what's your toughness?
7.
7, so
Yeah.
looking for 3. Got it.
Malphia
Minus
says,
3
speaking of
AP.
Slanesh, thanks for packing in the Sonic Dread for the roll. Great.
I have a 5 of a vulnerable save.
Darn it.
So if you didn't notice, his predator is shooting at my Doomstrider over here. Because it is dark and at night, he is at a -2
But
to
is
hit
it full
me.
of terrors?
I mean, it's for a
Well, there's no like Raven Guard or anything here.
Yeah. I fail.
Cool.
So he needed 6 to hit me because he moved, but he still managed to hit me.
With a
and
5.
deal 5 wounds to me.
Nice.
Ooh. How many wounds do you have?
I have 11 wounds
Nice.
Remaining? Total.
total.
All right. Pretty good.
All
Over
right.
there. Yeah, halfway there.
And then how did you fall down? Where would?
Oh, he fell over. He's dead.
Yeah, I don't.
He's gone.
He's
I
dead.
don't know where he was.
Troops are falling over
Check.
left and right.
And now I am done.
All
Because
right.
everything else advanced.
All right. I don't have any.
Isendar says, take that, you Martian bucket of bolts.
Hey, this is a beautiful bucket. A beautiful.
It is a beautiful bucket of bolts.
Yeah.
I very much like the paint job on these. They're gorgeous.
We don't like no robots.
What about Robot Skuliman? Do you like him?
No.
You don't like Robot Skuliman?
No.
Not so honest says hashtag Team Matt.
Hey, thank you.
Everyone is team that.
Well, not so honest particularly is just anybody's
And-
team
and
that's
then
not
me.
you.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I know.
So
All right.
I have it on good authority that he will be enacting his Chaos Lord status for the first time this game.
So I'm shocked.
I know. I know.
So if you didn't notice, just a quick recap of Matt's turn. He advanced everything in the center, and then he cast. So I have a additional -1 to shoot these guys over here.
Yep.
Due to 1 psychic ability. These guys got a +1 toughness, correct?
And straight.
And straight, so they're not toughness 4, so they're a little harder to shoot. And then based on a stratagem that he used, which he did use a command
Yes,
point.
I did.
There, Jen.
Yes.
Cloud of flies.
He has Cloud of Flies, so I cannot shoot at his giant unit of Death Guard. He did
Unless
Not a
they are the
bees.
closest visible
Classes.
unit.
Oh wait, they're not bees.
They're not.
I was just
They could be.
They could
I mean,
They
I
could be.
used it. I get to
They
decide.
could
Just-
be.
We got you.
Cloud of
We got ya.
bees.
So that's an excellent use of combination of psychic abilities and stratagems, so that I can't shoot the unit I'd love to shoot, and the
Yeah.
other units are all harder to shoot that I can. He did some moves to make me here. He did use a command point, and I stole a command point from him with
Yeah.
my special ability, so I am up a command point.
So you stole one from him. Does that mean he has 4?
No, I just
You
got.
manifest one from.
I manifested
Thin
it.
air.
Yes. I intercepted his transmissions and was able to decode them, so now I know what he's doing, and that's going to give me a benefit.
Right.
Basically.
Ooh, he's stalking you. He's trying to know what you're
I
doing.
think this tape measure
I'm
broke.
watching you.
Well, when you shake it like
All
that,
right.
I'm
So
certain
it's
that
now
it
my
doesn't do
move.
That's
the
why I
base
want
work.
my yellow one back.
So at the beginning of my movement phase, I have.
Matt, breaking measuring tapes,
I
2017.
don't.
So technically, I should have run that for you. So
Anybody
I'm
with
rolling for
questions
the
as to
Mechanicals
the
this
Death
turn.
Guard or
Oh,
the Adeptus
yeah.
Mechanicus
Right.
codexes, please do shoot those to us in chat. We will be happy to answer those for you all day. autumn questions, right?
Yeah, we're gonna try to, like, whoever's turn it's not, they'll be the question answerer.
Okay.
However, it might be a little dicey if Abe needs his codex while his turn is going. But we'll figure it out. We'll make it
figure
work.
it out.
We'll make it work just for you. And I'm also gonna grab that X-Acto knife and fix this.
Do it.
That knife, yo. That knife.
Phelps says, # all measuring tapes matter.
Well, I had this yellow one that I liked, but everyone else hated it because it was broken, because it didn't work. But I liked it. It had character. Ta-da.
You're a character.
Thank you.
So, first.
But it disappeared. No one knows where it is.
Oh,
And
that's
I think it
exciting.
was sabotage, and I should stop gesturing with an X-Acto knife.
Separated Miles says, just getting into it. Ad-Mechs are being my first army. I'm eagerly anticipating this game for the machine guy.
Woo!
That's exciting. Welcome to 40K. We're excited you're building your first army.
No, that is very cool.
Welcome. All
Feel
hail
free
the
to drop some
Messiah.
pictures of what you got going on in the chat room. We are always excited to see everybody else's armies, see what you're working on. We're nosy.
Did you see that coming?
No, I
Isendar wants to know if
Yeah.
people can send their measuring tapes to you for fixing.
Yes. I'm an expert fixer of things if I can use an X-Acto knife on it.
All right.
So
there you go, friends.
Tape measures, people, doesn't matter. Slice them and dice them. Yeah.
War Machine 6907 says, my wife is working on a Death Guard army. That's exciting.
Beautiful.
No,
Huzzah for
they're a
a
lot of
family
fun.
that's able to play 40K together. That's
Yeah.
really great. My partner is a Dark Eldar player from back in the day.
Sure.
And I like being Ari, so there's that.
So earlier, before we got started, yes, because in the talk show we had prior, Abe was spouting off about how great these walkers are, and I explicitly asked, like, all right, so what's their threat range? Because I want to stay out of that. And then I immediately forgot to do that, got way too close. So this should be interesting. Luckily, Poxwalkers are up there, so I don't really mind to lose them. I don't want to lose them because I like them. I do like Poxwalkers a lot, but it's not the worst thing in the
You
world.
like
if they
them
die.
poxes, eh?
More than Poxwalkers, I like having 20 D6 attacks, which is what I'm planning on doing. Spoiler alert. Also, again, should put this down because I'm gonna hurt myself. I think I'm just in like a fiddly mood. I need a fidget spinner. Then I can be a cool kid.
Oh, goodness.
Pencil.
He has such a big base.
Alright, I'm gonna try to bring
So wobbly.
in my Skitarii infiltrators.
Alright, so what is the rule again?
So on a 1 or a 2, they do not come in this turn, and they'll come in next turn.
Okay.
Olsen82 says, digging home
Two.
dragoons. Your stream is providing good entertainment while I paint up some electro priests.
Oh
That's
yeah!
awesome.
Get that electricity going. And
Yay.
then I will heal 2 wounds to this guy.
Oh man, everybody's learning to paint. We have been in talks with some of the local artists to do some painting streams for us on our off days.
Really?
So yeah, we don't have anything set on the calendar yet, but we're thinking about maybe the off Thursdays or a Friday, having some of our on-staff painters do some stuff from their home studios. So
that'd be cool.
you guys who are wanting to learn more about painting, let us know if that's something you're interested in. We've been toying around with the idea for a while.
And I'm going to use Tech
I know I
Adept.
could use it.
So I'm going to use a command point gen.
Okay.
On a 6 I get back though. Nope. And then I will heal another point to this dude here.
Okay.
And then let's
I thought you can only repair once per turn.
unless you use Tech Addict. It lets you repair the same.
Tech
it lets-
Addict?
Tech Addict is a stratagem. It lets you repair twice with the same guy, and they can target the same.
So
thing
you're
twice.
addicted to tech?
Yes.
Because that's the word you said?
Yes. I'm addicted. And then at the beginning of my turn, or the beginning of my shooting phase, I guess, I'm going to use another command point gen.
Okay.
I'm going to use Light 'em Up on that unit of Poxwalkers.
Sure.
So I'm going to light them up there.
So these Poxwalkers on this side are now not -2 hit.
Right.
So rolling as normal.
Rolling
So
as
no
normal.
actual benefit, just no penalty.
Yes. And then I'm gonna shoot them.
Sure.
Yeah. That's what we're gonna do
I
here.
mean, that's what poxwalkers are for.
That is what possible.
And
Yeah,
slightly
from what I hear about painting, layers are the way to go. Many
yeah,
layers.
I don't know. I've painted a couple in my heyday, but I've not done any painting in a while.
That's right. Some of the orcs from your original army you did the paint for,
Yeah.
right?
There was one truck that I
Oh yeah.
actually
he was so
took some decent amount of time on when I was, again, like 13. And I
So-
think I came out pretty well for a kid.
These guys.
We should have a night where we all sit down and have to paint something
the
together.
Skitarii,
Sure.
Skitarii Vanguard are gonna fire it to them.
Okay.
Chitara, what?
So I've got 8 that have radium carbines. Each radium carbine has 3 shots.
Sure. So because I'm being fair, the unit is not in cover because 3 of them couldn't quite make it.
Couldn't make it. Oh.
But they're gonna die first.
And then these are gonna hit you on 3s, and I reroll 1s because of my Magos is right there.
Sure. You want like a... Alright, you got it.
Yeah. All these ones.
There's a decent amount of them.
2,
Yeah, I saw that.
6 ones. It's a bad roll.
Well, it is the correct kind of bad.
It's a horrible roll.
Yeah.
All right, and then
Like-
Aw.
I turn that around. Look at all those.
Yeah, you did. Look at all that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's
Game's
It's
on
funny
fire.
that like a lot of times rolling 2s is a lot worse than rolling 1s.
Yeah. So
Look at all those
the
6s.
6s all
Right,
do.
are 3 hits or whatever.
No, they do 2 damage instead of 1.
Eesh.
Against poxwalkers.
It does because of your disgusting resilience.
Oh, sure.
And then 3 additional wounds. So you get 3 normal.
Hey, hack on slash in the
Disgusting,
chat.
right?
Joining us from the train home.
So I'm making my 3 saves.
Yes,
My
for-
3 disgustings.
Yes, for the normal hit.
Looking for 5s. Alright, lose 2.
Okay. And then 5 of them you need to make 2 saves for.
Oop. Trying to this guy's hammer. He's just so attached to his hammer. Okay.
Because
Alright, so how many
Is
of
it-
these? 6?
5.
5? Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All of them die.
Okay.
Oh.
I've got my plasma cavaliers. 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I really like watching
And then 3 more
Rob
disgusting
Carter
resilience.
paint. He has this really interesting
have a box.
technique that he uses. Like he affixes
Oh, here it
the units that he's painting onto the top of like a spray paint can so that he can move it around.
Yeah. And then 3 more disgustingly resilient from the plasma gun squad.
Okay, just normal.
And he has like 1,000 layers. It's really
Save
fascinating.
1.
Alright.
Same squad.
And then my other squad's gonna do the same thing to them.
Okay. Okay.
Not so honest. You should start a work queue where you put the things you want to do first at the top of the list and everything else
Yeah.
just gets added to the bottom. Otherwise, you'll never get through them.
Alright.
We did get an Ad-Mech army thanks to, what was his name? Daniel? David?
Brandon.
Brandon.
Yeah.
Why did I think it was a D name? I'm bad.
Alright,
Brandon,
so
thank you for
4
lending us your beautiful army.
normal saves.
Oh, now they're in cover.
Okay. So 6 ups.
Yep. Alright, so 4 6s. Save 2.
Alright.
Alright,
Sure.
so 2 5 pluses. Save 1.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
5
poxwalker.
from
Five,
6s.
nice.
Alright. 5.
Yeah.
Alright. Looking for 6s.
Mm-hmm.
Save 2.
Alright.
Looking for 5s.
Yep.
Save none.
Okay. And then 3 more plasma.
Trying to keep it spread. These over here. 3 more?
Plasma. So no saves.
Oh, sure.
And these are all doing 2 damage.
Alright. 1. Hey.
Alright.
2. Poxwalkers doing their job of being hard to kill while being cheap.
And these guys are going to shoot at you because they're on. They also shoot out. They're taking a -2 for distance and for darkness in your thing.
So -1 for darkness, -1
-1
for miasma.
Yes.
Okay.
So they are hitting on 5s.
Sure.
But why not, right?
Yeah, of course. It's not like you have limited bullets,
Woo!
which would really make this game interesting.
So complicated.
Yeah, at a certain point, it's just
2 wounds.
okay. It would just be better to become like a video game. Snake Eyes.
All right. And this guy is gonna fire into your spawn.
Sure.
So,
You're biggin'?
not big one.
What is that biggin' called?
It's an Onagar Doomcrawler.
Unadar?
Onagar.
Onager?
Yeah. Just call it a Doomcrawler. My heavy stubber gets 3 hits. Yep.
Okay.
We're within 12 inches. Close enough. I might have minuses. And
There's no chaos spawn in here, right?
there are
I don't know. Because I was checking the... Yeah, there are. Alright. I was just checking the other book for no raisin.
No raisin. Toughness on the spawn?
5.
Alright, so 1 wound. So far. Five on the rocket launcher. They don't have any. Do they have a save?
5 plus.
Alright, so 1 wound at normal.
Okay. And in cover, so I'm looking for 4. Unless you're fancy.
Sure. Yeah.
Are you actually? You're just lying.
No, I said sure. You're in cover.
Oh, okay. I make it.
Yeah. Okay. And then 3 at -1.
Alright, so looking for 5s.
Mm-hmm.
None of them.
All right. Those all do 2 damage.
Fine. Pop.
1 at -3.
Can I have some damage dice?
Yeah.
Alright, well, one of them has 2 wounds.
Okay. 1 at -3.
Looking for a 7.
Okay.
I didn't make it.
And that'll be 4 wounds.
Pop.
All right. Icarus array.
I don't like spawn. I've never gotten spawn to be useful.
All right.
Out of all the times I've played with them, that is always how they go, because I think they're just not tough enough.
Yeah, like they have to be kind of careful with them.
Yeah, because they're exceptionally dangerous. Well, not exceptionally. They're really dangerous in close combat. Like if they can actually get in there, they can do some real damage. A third of the time, but
Yeah.
they're just not tough enough, and they don't have enough wounds to make it worth. And their save's not good enough to like really make it worth it, I think. But they're good for just throwing in some extra points.
And my Magos.
Because they are only 2 each.
My Tetris Dominus is gonna fire his Volkite blaster at you.
2 power, rather.
That's 3 hits.
Ugh.
Unfortunately, his ability triggers on 6s to wound, not 6s to hit. He's firing at the
Poxwalkers?
little Poxwalkers. Yep.
Sure.
That is 2 wounds at no AP.
Alright, looking for 6.
Yep.
Make 1.
All right.
And disgusting. Dope.
All right.
Blah.
And that's my shooting. That's all my units have shot.
Cool.
And now it's the time for the charge. So we'll blow our bugles. Boop-a-doop-a-doo, boop-a-doo, boop-a-doo. And Squadron Cleo is going to charge both units of Poxwalkers.
Okay. They will throw their fists at you.
It's very metal of them.
Right. Just rip off their hands and try to punch them as they approach.
Good question. Yeah, I do. I'll charge both units of Poxwalkers.
Okay.
All right.
I do nothing to stop you.
Nothing. Was funny.
Sure. Spending a command point because he rolled Snake Eyes.
Who's spending one?
I am.
But he's going to do it again.
So I don't get my command point back. Six.
Sure. Ah ha ha. I don't think.
Nope, you're 4 inches away. That'll get me in. You only be within reach.
Fine.
So 3 will get me there. We'll get within reach. That's exactly what I needed. We'll fight with them.
Again, this is, I mean, it's not my favorite, but again, it is what Poxwalkers are for.
That's what Poxwalkers are for. We're gonna get in there with the charge.
Miasma of Pestilence does apply to all phases. Yep. Subtract 1 from all hit rolls.
Okay. So I'm going to be at the beginning.
Were you counting +1 toughness on these guys?
I was.
Okay,
So
cool.
I was running on 5s. Alright. So I'm going to use my Conqueror Doctrina Imperative at the beginning of the fight phase. Or right before they attack. That's another command point for me. Let me see if I get it back or not. I do!
Okay.
So I don't spend a command point.
Woo.
And I get +2 to hit for that unit.
Okay.
So, we're gonna go ahead and put 5 of them into the big unit
Okay.
and 1 of them into the small unit.
Sure.
So, we'll just do the one in the small unit first. 'Cause that's the easiest.
Yeah, sure.
So, 3 attacks. All those hit. All of these get a +2 because I'm attacking the small unit here.
Okay. Wait, why?
Because I get +2 to hit.
Right.
The
Because
smaller
there's
unit
no.
doesn't-
Okay.
The small unit doesn't have my.
Right. I thought you were saying because you are attacking a small
No,
unit.
no.
I was like, that's
So,
a crazy.
all of these are 6 pluses. So
Right.
All of them generate extra attacks.
Yes.
They all are 3 hits.
Yes.
So that's 9 hits instead of 3. I have strength 8. So I believe I wound you on 2s.
I'm 4.
So yes.
Yeah.
So that is 7 wounds.
All right.
All of these do 2 damage.
They're dead. I don't even. Could try. It's just wasting everyone's time.
Woo, all right. So then I have 15 attacks from the rest of the unit
Jeez.
against the other Poxwalkers.
Yep. And on every 4+, you get.
On a 5+.
Because they are minus
1.
Yes.
So again, like we were saying, if you watch the talk show, we were like, what's the point of having +2 to hit if you hit on 3s or something like that?
Yeah.
And this is not only aside from what my ability triggering, like stuff like this is what that's for. Like,
Yeah.
If I only had a +1
Oh no,
to
this
hit,
is brutal.
Yeah.
Like, this is a fantastic combo.
I'm also rerolling 1s to hit
Why?
because of my the canonical that's going on this time.
Oh sure.
Because shifty reasons.
Of course, don't get any 1s. No, I got 1. Okay. So unfortunately, I did not get a lot of 5s or 6s.
Cool.
So I only get 6 additional hits.
Only.
And then choose to wound again.
Sure.
Too many 1s. It's too many 1s.
I mean, even still, with doing 2 damage, there's.
So that is 8, 10, 14 wounds. All of these are 2 damage.
Alright. I'll try for the sake of this. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Ooh, there you go.
1,
1.
12, 13, 14?
Yeah.
14.
So 13 die.
Alright.
Isn't quite
2,
enough
3,
to
4,
wipe the unit
5,
out.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
was really hoping you'd get enough. But, so there's the charge of the Sidonian Dragoons. As you can see, pretty brutal.
That was rough. That was real rough.
Yeah. And I mean, imagine if that was like conscripts, for instance, that don't have disgustingly resilient.
Yeah.
And don't have a -1 to hit. That is the end of my turn, however. I did get points. I killed a unit of Poxwalkers, so that's 6 points, I believe, to me.
20 Poxwalkers, that sounds right.
Fortunately, I do not think that unit of Dragoons is long for the world.
Yes, 20 Poxwalkers is 6 points.
Alright, so I've got 6 points. Matt has done. That's the end of the first turn.
Mm-hmm.
The first charge of the squad, Cleo, has gone off. Me and him are now fighting for survival here. And it is Matt's turn too.
Alright, I'm going to... I think I'd almost rather not advance my Blight Lords. Because they have combi bolters.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're within range.
They're within range. They're taking like a -1 to shoot me.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm just going to slowly inch them towards this objective.
So it's important to note that right now I have 2 Canicles in effect. I have reroll 1s to hit in combat, and all my units count as in cover, unless they're already in cover.
Okay.
So.
And are these just sort of like your Sister Prayers and Iron Guard orders? It's like in that same sort of vein?
No, they're more like, they're just a thing that affects my entire army. I don't give them, I just randomly roll for them, and that's what affects me.
Oh, so it is random.
It's, yeah,
Okay.
I can choose 1, or I can randomly roll 2 of them, but I can't choose 1 that I've already chosen. So like, I can't just keep being like, oh, I like this one, I'm choosing
Oh,
it
okay.
again and again and again.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. And I used 4 command points already, guys. Just to throw that out there. I've gotten 2 back with that ability, which is awesome, but I've used 4 command points.
Oh, I get to fight back.
Oh, you do get to fight back.
Yeah. What are we doing? Skipping my
Whoops.
super excellent fight phase.
I'm sorry, that's 10 attacks. No, that's important.
Can you have all the dice.
Here you go. You never asked for any.
Well, I grabbed a couple on my own because I have not needed a whole lot. Alright. So...
Again, guys, if you got any questions about Death Guard, about Adeptus Mechanicus, throw them at us.
Hitting on 5s.
We're moving forward into turn 2 here. And, well, alright then.
Oh, so 4s. It is 5s. Right, because if they're a big squad.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty good.
Wounding on 6s.
Sure. 1 wound.
1 wound. I found my save. The first of my Sidonian Dragoons is injured.
Thank you, Poxwalkers. Okay. So...
Are they falling back?
Oh, yes, because I want to shoot you.
Yeah, I figured. And I think we're going to see Matt's going to do some of the crazy Death Guard combos in a moment.
Yeah, they're one of my favorites.
So definitely a brutal turn for Matt. I killed a lot of his Poxwalkers, but Poxwalkers are there to die. And he used the Poxwalkers exactly how he needed to screen his important unit.
Yeah.
And at this point, now he has his important unit right where it needs to be unhurt. And that's like the power of this Death Guard book and its combos. I killed a spawn. I have 10 points actually.
Spawn are 2 each.
Yeah, so I killed 2 of them. So 10 points.
Yes. Yeah.
But to point out that trading all the both units of Poxwalkers and the spawn is 16 points. If he kills this unit, that's 18 points. So that's actually a fair trade for him.
Yeah.
And because of the way that he worked it out, he actually has a pretty decent chance of, if not killing them, really, really hurting them. Probably killing them, actually.
I really want to try to Cloud of Flies them again, but I just don't think I'm really going to be able to.
I mean, you can also charge.
True.
Or you can go out for it.
Yeah.
Run one of your characters forward. Make me shoot your characters.
Right.
I mean, yeah.
No, that's fine. All right, because grenades are 6.
Remember, your Poxwalkers don't have to fall back.
Like
they don't have to move backwards.
Well,
Saying.
Yeah.
They could move over here towards the objective and get closer to the rest of my army.
I mean, they only have a 5-inch move, 4-inch.
So not a ton they can do.
So they'll just shift out of the way a little. There we go. That's fine.
All right.
And then these guys are all just going to get up. Because they have...
Shiren the Siren wants to know. My question is, do the Poxwalkers make good meat shields, or am I just wasting my time?
Poxwalkers make really great meat shields.
No, I really like Poxwalkers, especially if you do manage to get them up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when I was playing Tyranids, I had one Poxwalker left, and then it managed to spawn up to 22, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
And it was great. It was so much fun. I really enjoyed having all those Poxwalkers.
No, I think they're really good meat shields. Remember, like, if you have Typhus,
They're even better.
They're even better. You can easily, you can even have Poxwalkers that has toughness 5, which is a pretty good meat shield and disgustingly resilient, stuff like that. So I think Poxwalkers are a hugely amazing unit, like bigly amazing.
Oh, Shiren the Siren says he loves our channel.
Aw, thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. That means a lot to us.
In fact, one of the army lists I'm playing around with building at some point is basically like one unit of Poxwalkers and then a ton of Chaos Cultists surrounding this unit.
Oh, I like it already. I
And
see
then-
where this is going.
And then every turn you cast Plague of Flies on the Poxwalkers, so they can't be shot unless they're the closest unit. And then every turn you cast the Dead Walking Dead or the Dead Rise on
The Dead
them.
Rise again.
The
The Dead
Rise
Walk again.
Dead Walk again. So every unit, every infantry model within 7 inches of them that's killed, they get to add a Poxwalker. So the only thing the enemy army can shoot at in your list is this like 200 cultists that are around them. And whenever they kill one of your cultists, you get more Poxwalkers. So suddenly you have this infinite, and you would ally in a chaos list so that you can use Tide of Traders to bring in cultists back every turn if you need to, full strength. So you functionally have unlimited Poxwalkers in your army, and with some combos you can get these unlimited Poxwalkers so that with all of their 2 attacks they're hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s, and then wounding on 2s against like Marines. Which like that seems pretty good, guys.
Yeah. Like it's so cheeky, but it's a lot of fun.
and you're like, my army is
Yeah,
functionally
it's
as
Oh,
like
Shiren the Siren says math's my favorite if it matters.
Yay!
And
Thank you
Isengard
very
says
much.
it does.
Thank you very much.
Now Abe's gonna feel discluded.
No, that's cool. This is why I have to beat him so hard all the time.
All right, yeah.
Oh.
Because of how you make me feel,
No,
guys.
if
No.
I didn't lose as often as I did, like I need to get knocked down a peg every now and then. I know myself well enough.
So what are we doing?
So I am putrescent vitalying on my plague marines, and I got a 7+.
So what is the chest?
Pestilential fallout.
Okay.
Each time this model successfully manifests a psychic power. Oh, with a psychic test of 7 or more.
This is what you
Oh wait.
Yes.
Alright, so is it looking for a warp charge value of 7 or more?
That's the second test. The warp charge is what you have to beat. Yes.
Okay, with a psychic test of 7 or more. Okay, so I rolled an 8.
So
I
what
was just
is-
making sure I got the word right.
Okay.
The nearest enemy unit within 7 suffers a mortal wound after the effects of the psychic power have been resolved.
And what are the effects of the second power?
The psychic power is +1 strength and toughness on my plague marines.
Okay.
So
Alright.
they have that.
And I take a mortal wound.
And I'm gonna put this little 5 here because that's how that works.
Okay.
And then probably just smite. 'Cause I think. No, you know, I will also miasma of pestilence then.
Okay.
The plague marines.
Brain go bye bye.
No.
Oh no.
Brain go bye bye.
How many? It's D3 wounds.
D3 mortal wounds.
I'll take D3 wounds. Yeah, come back. Oh wait, no, because I have my tally man. No, but it's only on a 7. It's not as reliable as I thought it was. Because I was gonna say half the time I get it back. How great is that?
It's
So
like
I'll just
16% of the time.
I don't know. I used to know all those numbers. I'm taking 2 wounds.
Alright.
There we go.
But your ability
But it goes off,
It does
and
go
you
up,
take another mortal
and it
wound.
takes another mortal wound.
I can have another damage dice.
Well, I don't like this.
Or marker dice. So they got 5 and they got 1. Cool. So,
This is some focus bokum.
Not words.
Totally words.
So,
In the language of my people.
well, I am very xenophobic.
Oh, but my people are humans.
I mean, I guess we're still human.
We are. I mean, my people are humans. I don't
Right,
know-
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know if we're still human anymore.
Right, yeah.
Love Zelda in chat.
Oh, hey! Welcome.
We pretend to be human for the sake of everything else.
Have you ever seen the subreddit Totally Not Robots?
No.
It is one of my personal favorite subreddits. Anyway, that is my second phase.
All right.
I'm done. I will now be invoking
Okay.
the stratagem Blight Bombardment.
Blight Bombardment!
Use this stratagem just before... Oh, wait, no. So, JK. I will now be invoking Veterans of the Long War.
Okay.
Use this stratagem when a Death Guard infantry is selected to attack... Wait, can I do both? Because the wording specifically says use them when they are both...
Yeah, you can use them both.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm electing that unit to attack, and then I do both.
Yes.
Okay, alright, that's fine. So, I'm invoking both Blight Bombardment and Veterans of the Long War. So before I do anything, I'm seeing if I save either of those. So I'm spending 2 command points.
Okay.
Or 8. So yes, and 5.
Alright.
So yes, so I spend 2 command points,
And
and Abe's gonna steal them like a jerk.
And I still had it.
Okay. So, Veterans of the Long War. Add 1 to all wound rolls made for the unit until the end of the phase.
Malphia says you can only spend command points once per phase.
No, you can only use each particular stratagem once per phase. You can spend more than 1 command point in a phase, though.
Haha.
So yeah, when it's like I want to re-roll, and then I also want to re-roll this.
Yeah.
That's the same.
You can't use the same
usage
stratagem
of that
all.
stratagem. Use this stratagem just before Blight Bombardment. Use this stratagem just before a friendly Death Guard unit shoots or fires Overwatch. When resolving that unit shots, every model in the unit is equipped with a Blight Grenade can throw one instead of only one model in the entire unit being able to do so.
Yep.
So I'm gonna throw 20 grenades into those weirdo walkers.
Ooh.
No! Don't do it!
I'm gonna.
Don't do it!
And then I also have a bunch of characters, and they're going to help me do neat things. So I am making 20 D6
Yep.
attacks.
Yep.
So I'll just do this twice. That seems the easiest way. And I get to reroll ones, I think, to hit because of something I'm making up.
Your Chaos
my
Lord.
Chaos Lord is not there. But doesn't...
But those are how many shots you get, not hits.
Oh, right. Yes.
You do not get to reroll ones to hit, though.
I thought... Oh, in the fight phase. Someone helped me in the fight phase.
Your...
Someone.
The Tallyman helps you in the fight phase.
Does he?
Yes.
Yes, Festering Zealot. Rerolled all failed hit rolls in the fight phase.
Yes.
Okay. Regardless.
Isendar donated 100 bits and says, I hear blight grenades. I use 50% of my last bits to give that a reroll.
Thank you very much. Alright, so this is 10, 20, 30, 6, 7, 8.
Alright.
38 attacks with half of my grenades.
Sure.
Alright, will you help me remember things?
You have 38 attacks.
So this is going to be 10 of those attacks.
Okay.
And I'm hitting on 3s, I assume.
No.
Oh, do you have weird stuff?
I do.
Yes.
You're hitting on 3s normally.
Right.
However, yes, you subtract 1 from shooting. So you're hitting me on 4s.
Okay. So that is 5 hits so far.
Okay.
And then I am rolling my
Ooh!
next.
Jax has donated 100 bits and says gives Abe a reroll for a save.
Hey!
Alright. In my next volley of 10,
Alright.
I got another 4, so that is up to 9.
To 9, and you fired 20 so far. 20 or 38.
Yep.
Jax is helping the robots.
Yes, we appreciate it.
Alright. Another 4.
Okay, so that puts you up to 13. And then you
And
got
then another 8.
shots left.
And then I still have half my grenades.
Okay.
Alright. There's another 4.
Alright. So
Wow.
that is 17 hits so far.
Alright. So we'll do that, because I only have so many dice.
Okay.
Okay, 17
Mm-hmm.
hits.
Yes.
Alright. So wounding, I have +1 to wound because of Veterans of the Long War.
Yes.
And because blight grenades are a plague weapon, I get to reroll 1s to wound.
Okay.
And then...
Their plague weapon?
Right. And then... What else am I missing? There was something that happens on a 6, right?
6 to do a mortal wound.
6 to do
But
a
it's
mortal
actually on
wound.
a 5 to do a mortal wound.
Right. Where's that written?
That's the biological putrefier.
Oh, the putrefy. Yes. Okay. There.
So you're strength 4, I'm toughness 6. So normally you need 5, but you need 4s to do it.
Okay, and then every 5 and 6 set aside.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And then 4 is a normal wound. So 5 wounds.
5 mortal wounds.
5 mortal wounds.
And 9 actual wounds.
Yes.
Okay.
So because of the putrefier, every time I get a 6 on my grenades, that is a bonus mortal wound. But then also it's save as normal.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a lot of just bonus wound. And that was only half my grenade. Now I get to do all of that again.
So all that again.
Have you made your saves? You're just going to wait till the
I'll
end.
wait till I do everything.
Okay.
I got some stuffs.
Oh, sure.
I got some plans.
Of course you do.
I got some thoughts.
Okay.
Oh god, he's having thoughts again.
So
Yes.
this is my other 10 grenades, number of hits.
Number of shots.
No, a number of shots, yes. Thank you. 20. No, those are inconvenient numbers. 32, 37, 39.
Alright. Data me some fours.
Alright, 10.
Mm-hmm.
4s. That's good.
Oh, apparently everybody's commenting on you not rerolling your ones.
I don't get... Oh, plague weapons! Reroll 1 of wounds. Thank you.
I think it's all part of your vicious plan.
Yes,
Ooh,
yes,
vicious.
I'm so diabolical.
Oh.
Lure him into a false sense of
Alright.
security.
So
Yes.
7 hits.
7 hits so far.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, guys. There's just so much to keep track of all at once.
Nice.
Yeah.
8 more.
Yes, I
So
suppose
that's
so.
15.
Alright. And this is 30.
Another 6.
Another 6.
8 more dice.
How many is that total?
21.
Shire the Siren says, Matt, it took you 10 seconds to forget the exact rule you reminded yourself with.
Yeah, welcome to my life.
Hey man.
Not so honest says, I
3
think
more.
if Matt could remember all of his rules, he'd be a really good player.
Thank you.
I mean, he's getting the rolls today. That's 24 hits off of 38 shots on 4s.
That's really great.
That's above average, definitely.
Okay, so now...
I mean, and it's ridiculously above average for Matt.
Alright, so how many hits was that?
So it's 24 hits.
24 hits.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to re-roll all my 1s.
Mew, mew.
Don't do it.
Can I get a cup of tea? Does anybody need anything?
Can I have 4 dice? I'm good.
You can have 4 dice. I, however, can't give them to you. 'cause
Oh,
they
sure.
had some.
There you go.
Okay, here is my 24 dice.
Alright.
Doing fancy things on 5s and 6s and re-rolling 1s.
Yeah.
Well, no 1s, so
There's-
that's
there's
fine.
one. Right in the middle. Green.
Ah, thank you.
1-1.
Take it. Lots of 5s and 6s,
Also follows in 6.
which is delightful.
I don't like it.
And then all these 2s and 3s. Get out of here. I don't like you. So,
What we looking at there, Lord?
this is a total of 13 mortal wounds
Alright.
and then 15 saves on top of the ones from last volley.
Alright. So an additional 15 saves and 13 mortal wounds, you say?
Yes.
Alright. So that's a total of 18 mortal wounds.
In case you can't understand his outrageous accent, I did 18 mortal wounds. I spent 2 command points I did 18 mortal wounds, and how many total saves?
24 total.
And a total of... so it's a potential of... I'm not good at math, but like I think that's like 87 wounds.
Probably like 87.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. So let's see.
So you got some
18 mortal wounds.
trickery you're going to throw at me?
18 mortal wounds. So I'm gonna... So 3 of the mortal wounds go into killing this dude here.
Sure.
Ooh, dead. Then... Why not? I'm going to use Benevolence of the Omnissiah on the next one that gets damaged.
Who's the Omnissiah?
The Omnissiah is God! The Emperor, I mean.
Are you sure?
I mean, it could be some Necron, but it's probably the Emperor.
We were chatting about that earlier.
So, that means that for the rest of this phase, I get to ignore mortal wounds at a 5+.
So you have a weird, disgusting resilience.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're going to see if this is going to pay off at all. So I'm going to do 6 wounds on him. On 5+, I ignore some of these.
Yep.
I'm going to ignore 2 of them. I'll take 2 more. I'll ignore 1 of them. I'll take 1 more. I'll ignore it. 1 more. It's only on 1 of the models.
Oh.
So as soon as that guy dies, he's taking 5 wounds.
Okay.
As soon as he dies, I don't get to take any more mortal wounds. So that's
Okay.
what I'm doing. So I've got 5 mortal wounds left. He's taken 5.
Sure.
I've got 5, and now I'm rolling 1 at a time because as soon as I fail this last one,
Oh, I gotcha.
it
Okay.
pops off.
Okay. I was wondering why you're doing
So
like a
there we
weird
go.
counting down
All right.
thing.
So he dies,
Okay.
and then I take.
So
4
he got to
more.
absorb a lot.
He absorbed a lot of them. So I take 4 more there,
Sure.
and then I've got 24 remaining saves to make.
Correct.
And I have a 3+ save normally, but I count as being in cover this turn, so I have a 3+ save.
Right.
So I'm just going to do this twice here.
Sure. So even with all my trickery and putrefying and malignancy, the Ad-Mech army is doing their best to be like, we're machines. We don't get sick.
Yeah, so that's 3,
Ugh.
4, 5 wounds. So he dies.
And one more.
1 takes a wound.
There's a damage die here.
Okay. Then none of them explode.
Oh, sure.
Because they can all individually explode.
Yeah.
So 3 squad Cleos.
Yeah. No, that was
Dragoons
very
have gone
effective.
down.
I was feeling pretty good, but you
Yeah.
burned through command points.
I burned some command points. And don't forget, like, these are 6 wound models.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
still did, 18 wounds to a toughness 6, 3-up save
Yeah.
unit.
Yeah, and especially you got to disgusting resilient, feel
Yeah.
no pain
Yeah.
against a
So
lot.
I mean, like,
of them.
if that had been like Space Marines,
if that had been like any
Check the
other
damage
thing.
on the grenades, Matt.
Check the damage on the grenades. Do they do 2 each?
Thanks,
they-
guys.
they do
Appreciate
1.
you. I went for
Light
tea.
grenades do 1 damage, unless the putrefier also changes that somehow.
Say no to shoes. Say no to shoes. Haha. Thanks for that follow. Welcome to the Belfry.
Increases strength and damage characteristics of all blight grenades.
so then I take 4 more because I failed 4 saves. So
Right.
There was a lot of math
Okay.
in chat. Thanks, guys.
Yes.
You
No,
guys
thank
are
you very
great.
much.
Shark Mango, we appreciate you.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have any effect on the mortal wounds, which is what did most of the damage. I only
Right.
actually failed 4 saves, so that'll do me an additional 4 damage.
Yeah,
So
which is, I mean, is
which is
not
4
bad.
damage.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah,
definitely
absolutely.
awesome.
Everybody was very up in arms about that.
and we can't see chat over on this
We
side,
can't.
so
We caught it in time though. We got
yeah,
it.
yeah, good job, Jen, coming back in time.
Thanks.
Okay,
So that's another 4 wounds.
now that was just 1 volley of shooting,
That was just 1 unit.
because I still have my characters and they'll shoot their bolt pistols in there.
And stuff.
Okay, so who do I have over here? I have my
Yes,
blade
do
caster.
next.
Okay, so we'll just go in order. I got my blade caster. He's got a bolt pistol. Bang, bang, bang. He missed.
Oh.
I got my Blight Bringer. Not a Night Bringer.
Night
That's a
Bringer.
totally different thing.
That's a whole different kind.
He's got a Cursed Plague Bell. Spooky.
Yeah, that's his.
But he's got a plasma pistol, which I don't want to shoot with because I don't trust it.
Oh.
So he'll throw a blight grenade.
I mean, he can shoot his plasma pistol without overcharging it.
Oh, right. Still not used to that. So he's just gonna shoot his plasma pistol.
Okay.
Where are you at? Which combat?
Right.
We're still
right
in the middle.
Yes,
He
pretty
hits.
well here.
And you're 6 toughness.
6. Yep.
So I'm looking for 3.
Yep.
Do not get
My mic is not a muffin.
but it's a
Wamp.
blight plasma.
No.
Seed82, thank you for that follow. Welcome
Hey.
to the
Thank you very
Belfry.
much.
Thanks a lot.
I got my putrefier
Yep.
with an injector pistol, which has range 3.
I don't think he can.
No, but he might shoot one of the plague marines, just because that seems like a thing he would do.
He does also have a blight grenade, I'm sure.
He has a hyper blight grenade.
Ooh.
Question.
Yes.
How many points is the squad of 6 dragoons?
They are. I don't know how many points they are. They're 18 power level.
So a lot.
Let me try. I can try to figure out.
Alright, he's gonna throw his hyper blight grenade, which is basically just a blight grenade, but he is affected by his own ability of blight racks.
He's double affected, I think, isn't he?
I guess
Doesn't
each
say.
mortal wound, or each wound roll of 6+ made for this weapon inflicts a mortal wound on the target in addition to any other damage. By friendly Death Guard, he is Death Guard.
What is the?
So yeah, I guess he does. Yeah,
So the dragoons, as I have them equipped, are
interesting.
65 points a model.
Okay.
So that's over 360 points for each unit.
Damn.
Will it affect? Does his affect hyper bright grenades?
Affects all blight grenades. So
not
it's
hyper-
sort of ambiguous.
It's not hyper bright grenades then.
So okay, so it specifically has to be.
Yeah, because there's another effect that the book has that says like it affects blight grenades and hyper bright.
Does it?
grenades.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Then I'm wounding on a 5.
Did you hit me?
Yeah.
Did you roll how many shots you got?
No, I rolled 5 shots. I don't throw grenades very often.
Yeah. You are -1 to hit me still.
So I'm looking for 4s.
Okay.
So now I'm wounding on 5s.
Yes.
1 wound.
Wound. Saved.
Cool. And I think my Tallyman,
Tallyman.
uncharged plasma pistol.
Oh.
He hits.
Nice
Yes.
One. Is that the nice one?
No.
That would be like. That sounds like a cool name for a gun, like the uncharged plasma pistol
Right.
of Cybus 9.
I like that.
Okay.
Predator time.
Yeah. So everything over here is going to unload in your
Not on my own.
on your big dude.
Was that a command point to give them that cover save?
No. That is my canticle.
Sounds dirty.
Yeah.
All right. My
The dirtiest.
partner is in here somewhere. Here it is. Okay. The autocannon.
Okay.
Number of hits. Number of shots.
Yeah.
I got 4.
Yeah.
And I still have -2 to hit.
I'm just -1.
Is it -1 now? Cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Looking for 4s.
Mm-hmm.
It's badly cracked. All right.
1.
Darn it. Just 1.
All right.
And what is your toughness?
I think it's a 7.
Okay. Well, I got a 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just double checking it's not an 8, but I think it's just a 7. It's just a 7.
Okay. Cool. 1 autocannon wound. And
Alright.
my las cannons.
Save the autocannon. Alright.
Boxcars on the las cannons.
I don't like this.
So I'm looking for 3s.
Yep.
Hey.
I don't like that either.
-3.
Save 1 with the normal save. Or the normal save.
Sure.
Either one.
All right. So just d6 damage.
Yep. 1.
All right.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Isengard says, is that some weird perspective trick? Or does one of Matt's models have a 45-foot-long scythe?
One of Matt's models has that is the Tallyman. That's his Reaper
Yep.
tally thing. It's
He really does.
he's got a market on there, all the tallies.
Yep. So
yes.
This is I hadn't really taken a close look, but I'm gonna scoot this in here. Wait, which
This camera.
Camera 2.
Yeah.
So He's got. Oh.
Back it away from
Oh,
the camera.
jeez.
Away
Oh, jeez.
from the camera. It's manually focused. Keep going.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Yep.
All
Here,
right,
I'll
hold
switch you to the other camera. Hold on.
Yeah.
That was great. Wait, it's this one.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Okay, there we go. So he's got an ultramarine shoulder pad stuck on a chain here, which I really like. It is, I think, a very nice touch. I don't know who made this model, but I have to assume that is not standard.
No, Larry converted it for something. I don't remember what it was supposed to represent, but since we don't have the Tallyman model yet, though someday, hopefully we will.
Fingers crossed.
But that is our Tallyman for right now because obviously it stands out.
Yeah.
Olseed says Tallyman isn't compensating for anything.
Nope.
Size doesn't matter.
All
right.
Holy man.
Terminators.
Yes. I wish that we were good enough at Force Perspectives to have made that was the normal model. Like, if our camera work was that great, it'd be amazing.
Give me time.
So they got combi bolters.
Okay.
I don't think they're all in range though. Ah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the guy who's not in range doesn't have a combi bolter anyway.
The Chaos Lord.
Well, the guy with the
Oh, right. He's got the
flame
flare.
sensor. Yeah,
He's
the
got the
flail.
flare. Oh,
Keeps
that's
out-
right. Okay.
keeps
Daddy Jitsu, thank you for that follow. Welcome to Belfry.
Daddy
Hey,
Jutsu.
welcome,
Right
welcome.
I will use my daddy jutsu. That's creepy. All right. So I have 8 shots.
Mm-hmm.
Come back here. Hitting on 4s because you're weird.
I mean, just because I'm far away.
Oh, night rules. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Looking for 4s.
Each reroll ones.
Yeah. Chaos
Your Chaos
Lord.
Lord is over there.
Cool.
All right. Wounding me on 5s.
Sure. 1.
I made it because I'm in cover, so I'm 2 upstairs.
Ah, you jerk.
Woo!
All right.
And
That.
just a reminder for everybody new to our chat, it is September. Anybody who chooses to subscribe to a new channel in the month of September can do so at half price.
What?
Yeah.
Not
Really?
$2.50.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, I don't know. I subscribed to a bunch of channels this month because it's $2.50. Why not? And we have a lot. I think we have a lot of really neat subscriber bonuses. That you get the emotes, but you get to join us on our subscriber only streams.
Yep.
And I think everything has shot. I'm distracting myself.
Yeah, that's everything, I think.
Okay.
8 shots, that's into pouch roll territory, says Ashendar.
Oh.
I think that might be pushing it a little. It's gotta stay special.
And just as a reminder, it's not just about, like, you do get some amazing benefits, subscriber bonuses, but everything you do, bits, watching the channel, subscribing, it all helps us build the channel.
Yeah, that's the.
We're trying to, like I said, we've got 3 days a week right now. We'd love to go to 5 at some point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously,
would love to.
we're adding a few Thursday nights here and there, so we're trying to add some extra stuff. We'd like to expand the models and everything we have. As you can see, we've been able to borrow, the occasional army when we don't have it, like these Ad-Mech stuff. The more that you are able to support us, the better we do. Stuff like this can become permanent. We can buy our own Ad-Mech army, stuff like that.
Yeah.
We are slowly expanding.
The more you support us,
Yep.
the more content we can give you guys,
Absolutely.
and that is absolutely the goal.
And as a new channel, we are always taking more feedback on what you guys would like to see, what you
Yeah,
what
we're
you
here for
don't,
you guys.
what more content you want. So always send us,
I'm gonna
send
charge
us your
in
stuff. You
with
can private message me. I am Mayhem's Muse in the chat.
Poxwalkers.
I'm always
Feel
here,
They're gonna
lurking.
kill themselves.
Isendar says we
Alright.
get to see those
They're gonna-
sunglasses that you surgically attach to your head. That's worth a sub on its own. In my opinion.
I more often than not, I actually just forget I have them on, because when I walk into the studio, I just sort of put them up on my head, and they're light, so I just sort of forget about them.
I don't know if you guys
And now
saw.
they're gone because I'm self-conscious.
I don't know if you
Don't
guys
be.
saw
We like 'em. He
the
said
board game
just
where
wear
Matt
the
put
sunglasses.
sunglasses on.
Huh?
I don't know if you guys remember one of our very early board games. We were putting sunglasses on, and Matt had the sunglasses on his head and picked up a new pair and put them on because he forgot he had them on his head already.
That seems reasonable. I remember the first time these sunglasses made an appearance. We were playing X-Men Munchkin, and you were Cyclops.
I was
That's
Cyclops,
right.
and I needed
Oh, that
them
was a good
glasses.
date.
Yeah. I'm going to charge him with my Plague Marines.
Oh, Sid says quick, talk about his suspenders now.
No, don't.
No, don't you dare not wear suspenders. I love that you wear suspenders.
Alright,
You make it.
It's not a great charge, but I got in. I got
it
4.
in there.
Also, this is...
Don't
Separated Miles says you work them sunglasses, girl.
Thank you.
I have,
how
no
else is
Overwatch.
everyone gonna know I'm cool? Unless I wear my sunglasses inside. That is
Your
literally...
future's so bright. You
that
gotta
is-
wear shades.
Well,
Ooh.
I would hope not, because that song is actually a very sad message.
Oh.
It is about nuclear war.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I
there you
didn't
go.
know that.
Yep.
Dang, Matt.
Yeah,
Bring
yeah.
it down.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh.
I don't think I can really get in with too many of my dudes.
I mean, you get 3 inch piling also.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Alright, so Matt is claiming the objective with a horde of scoring troops.
Mm-hmm.
Center objective, which does no good without another objective.
Sure.
And the massive horde of Death Guard are coming in to finish off my poor squad Cleo over there.
They're gonna do their best.
It's not looking good for that
And these
Like,
are all my
quarter of my
characters.
army.
Yeah. Right. Because that's all right. Those are all my fancy dudes. Oh no! Here we go.
That's-
One last guy. I'll sneak in there, which is a shame because he was in the back because I thought he was fancy. Well, he can. Because it was like 4 and then 3 inch. All right, he can get here. He'll be out. I think that's fair if he's out.
I thought it was fancy, but I guess I'm
All right. Well, no. See, he was too fancy. I thought he was an elite character. That's what you just gotta really tone it down, man. Don't stand out so much. He said wearing sunglasses and
You
suspenders.
have exactly 2 hours until D&D.
Yes, sir.
Oh. Yes. It's like, what? It's like, oh, I'm not
Trying
ready.
the Siren, I actively wear suspenders. Quite
Uh,
often. Suspenders, ties, vests.
I prefer suspenders, because actually these pants are like sort of tight, so I don't really need them, so I'm just wearing to look cool.
Oh.
But, I'll admit it, but, I
It's
do...
accessorizing. That's all it is.
Right, but I do prefer them to belts if I'm looking to keep my pants aloft, because because you don't have to like cinch it down so much, and I don't know, I find them more convenient. So I have my 20 attacks.
Alright.
Richard McSunday says you're the coolest, baby.
Hey, thank you.
Oh.
Well, I'm breaking all
Tallyman's
my...
dead.
Yep, no.
Oh, bye, Tallyman.
His
Offended
scythe is so
violently.
heavy.
It's so heavy.
Okay, I am... Alright, so what am I hitting on? Still 3s?
Yeah.
You don't have it?
It's
I can't keep track of all your
It's
wiggles.
only against shooting.
Okay.
So every year I get my hair cut short for the World's Fair of Hair, big hair show thing. And every year when they give me short pixie cuts, my style trends over to like androgyny and vests and ties and suspenders and
You're
stuff.
hitting on
Every-
5s, you're rolling 1s.
Ribbit.
Right.
Eisenhower says suspender facts with Mattis Harris.
A lot of 1s? No.
No, just 2. That's pretty good. 5s?
Yep.
I don't know why I put that for there.
2
yeah.
wounds?
Yeah, 2 wounds.
Alright.
This was not a hot combat.
You do get to roll all your misses. So those were wounds.
Right.
The Tallyman lets you roll all
Yep.
your misses.
Yep, he does.
So you should just tell me what wounds did you get. You could just take out just
Okay.
that. That was how many wounds?
This is 10, 12.
14
So I
with
have...
the 2, 14 with the 2.
Alright, so 6.
6, and then your champion gets an extra attack. So you just attack additionally.
He's not in range, is what I was saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Again, because he was in the back, and I think that's fine. Alright, so, cool. Bunch of hits.
Alright.
Thanks, Tallyman.
Yeah, how many of those hits? Nothing.
No wounds.
Nothing. Did you reroll your ones?
Yes. 1 wound.
Whoa, there you go,
3
Tallyman!
wounds.
3 wounds! That's enough to kill one of them.
Cool.
Unless I can make 3 4-up saves.
I mean, you'll make one of them.
I'll make 2 of them. Exactly enough to kill one of them.
Oh, hey!
And
My mic is alive, guys.
he
Don't
does-
worry.
He does not explode.
Okay. And then they get to pile in?
I
Consolidate?
get to attack back. you
Oh,
know?
sure.
You get to do nothing because I'm not dead.
Oh, it's only if you wipe out the
Yeah.
enemy. Okay.
So I got 6 attacks back. But I don't have any bonuses to hit, and I do have -1 to hit you.
Right?
Still.
Yep.
How long does that last?
Until I
Forever?
think the start of my movement.
Forever.
Yeah, I think it is the.
So 3 hits,
Entirety.
3 wounds at -1 to your save.
Miasma until the start of my next psychic phase.
Okay.
So if you try to shoot me in my movement, won't work. What am I doing?
3 saves at -1.
So I'm looking for 4s. Yes, 4s. Made them all.
All right.
Radical, dude.
Yo, dog.
No fear. Tie-dye with a lizard on it. Drinking a what were those drinks called? And it had a lizard. Sobe.
Sobe, yeah.
And I
That's good
lost.
stuff.
I lost
Yeah.
4, so I have a leadership check
Oh.
at the end of the game and end of the turn. So that's an 8.
I
leadership.
think also I'm spooky.
I think you're spooky. I'm leadership 9, so that lets you your. How spooky are you?
Are you psyker?
I'm not a psychic.
All right, then subtract 1.
All right, so that balances out. I don't lose anybody.
Okay. I don't think I have any more spooky.
All right. So that's the end of your turn.
I guess so. Fine.
All right. So squad. Goliath people move up. Sorry. Beginning of my turn. I roll for one. I can't tools.
Oh, sure.
6 and 3.
What are those?
So that is reroll 1 to hits,
Alright.
and for shooting, and reroll 1 to hits in combat.
And so reroll 1s.
Reroll 1s.
Okay. Cool. To hit.
To hit.
Okay. That's a sort of convenient.
It is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. But you don't have any lords that do that too?
I do.
It's a little redundant then.
Yeah. So more Lancers coming in. A charge of the Lancers.
A lot of lancers.
Anybody with questions about the Death Guard or Ad-Mech Codexes, please do
Yeah.
pop those into chat. We're answering your questions all day. We're here for you.
All
We
day,
has
all
the
night.
things.
We're here
All night long,
We're here all night to get lucky.
night.
with questions.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are going to run up onto the objective and begin to secure the data.
I'm gonna hack you. It's a Linux system. Or Unix? What's the girl say in Jurassic Park? It's a Unix system, I think. I don't remember. It's been a while.
Unisex system?
I don't think so.
No?
I mean, it might be. Who am I to judge?
I don't know. It seems reasonable to me. How fast is my Doom car? 18 inches. How far am I from you? Get within 12.
You gonna try to blast me out of the water?
Yeah, that's my plan.
Well, I'm not in water. Joke's on you.
Oh no! I'm undone. You've defeated all my plans.
We have a question.
Yes!
Why is Nurgle the best, thus, by default, making Death Guard the superior army?
Because of their songs.
That's fair. That's fair.
Hey Papa, oh Papa, hey Papa Nurgle!
That never gets
I don't know
old.
what's happening.
It never gets
That's,
old.
that's the Nurgle song, guys. That's why Nurgle's the best.
I am sort of torn. Because I definitely like Death Guard, just as a... the way they function as an army, but then also like their fluff and flavor I think is neat. But also just as a person, I really like robots. So like, I'm really torn because I get where they're coming from. Being a robot is great. I don't know why anyone would continue to be human if being a robot was an option.
That's fair.
But right now, they're dirty bots and they all deserve the rust.
We're not so different, you and I.
I mean, right now we are.
both of us want to transcend the flesh just in one plague.
Oh, yeah, no, that's fair.
I want robot
That's fair.
parts. Alright, and my infiltrators are coming in today.
Sure. I was saying earlier that I thought Abe should play the whole game with a auto-tune app on his phone, so he'd be auto-tuned to the whole game. I thought that would be fun, but it would probably be a huge hassle, so we're not doing it. But just imagine it in your mind.
Can you set those guys up over there 9 inches away?
But say it like you're auto-tuned.
Can you set them up over there 9 inches away?
Well, that's pretty good.
We're up in here. Yes, he is totally just another one of those guys.
Isendar's asking the real hard-hitting questions today.
Yes.
He wants to know why Abe hasn't done his Kermit the Frog impression today.
So my parents had a thing naming all their kids funny names before they were born, before they get their real names, and I was Kermit before I was born.
Nice.
So you found me out. That was my Kermit the Frog impression. If you go and look at the ultrasounds, that's my Kermit the Frog impression.
Wait, I missed something? When did you do a Kermit impression?
When I was in the womb.
Oh.
Were you real flaily?
I don't know. I have no memories of this.
I would hope not. Because I imagine that would be sort of terrifying.
I imagine too. None of my guys are actually injured. Dang it. I can't heal any of my uninjured models.
Haha, joke's on you. I didn't do enough damage.
But this guy,
Yeah.
Flavius, is going to try to heal him.
Sure.
Sharknado wants to know, does the engineer have engine seer?
Engine seer.
Have any options, or is he a one build wonder?
Do you want me to check while you do?
I got it real quickly. There's not many options if he has any.
Okay.
He has no options. I'm going to use another command point.
Great.
I will. And I'll heal him again.
Sure.
For another wound. Come on, guy.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, it's really complicated.
Come on.
Like, there's all these moving parts and
Come on.
the stress of battlefield, and, you know, I get it.
Alright, so we'll go to shootings.
Okay.
So he's going to shoot that guy. I'm within 12 now, so I'm not taking any penalties. And I have a special rule that I don't take penalties from
Neat.
So, just normal shots. Unfortunately, because my Icarus array is an aircraft weapon, I do take a -1 to shoot you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Everything except flyers.
I get a +1 hit flyers.
But -1 to hit everything else.
Yes.
Huh.
So
Well,
Macagnus,
that's sort of neat, because hard to hit flyers are pretty
Yeah.
tedious.
so Macagnus hits 3 times.
Sure.
2 wounds.
Alright. Looking for 3, I think.
Yep. That's just normal.
How much damage does this do?
1.
Okay, I'll take the damage.
Alright.
And I have a damage dice. There's one right there.
Yep. Alright, my Icarus autocannon. That was 4 shots. We'll hit you 3 times.
Oh, I lied. I'm counting down.
And we'll do nothing. Good job, autocannon. I needed you to come in there.
Thanks, dude.
I needed you there. My Gatling rocket launcher. Reroll 1. That's 1 hit.
Okay,
No wound.
cool.
And
This is pretty
my
good
Daedalus-
volley for me so
My
far.
Daedalus missile launcher. Will miss.
Great. Alright, that's fine.
Well
I'm
done.
okay with that.
Well done, sir. Well
It's all
done.
fine. Everything's fine.
It's his first day on the battlefield.
die
He's
now.
very nervous.
You get to explode. Have fun exploding. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
This squad here is gonna fire at your poxwalkers, since that's what it can shoot at.
Yeah.
Since they're not in combat.
Yeah, that's fine. I should have cloud of flies them.
Oh. Should you have?
Yeah, I have to save the poxwalkers.
Alright, so this twice. Hitting on 3s and wounds. That's 4 wounds, but 2 of them are at 2 damage.
Okay, so what am I saving?
So 4 saves,
4 saves at 6.
but 2 of them are at 2 damage. So roll 2 of them separately.
Green is 2.
So, okay.
Alright.
Save one.
And then you make your disgusting resilience.
All right. On one of them.
Mm-hmm. Nope.
On the other.
Maybe. Nope.
And then on the third.
Yes.
All right. So I
two
lose
there.
2.
Alright, and then I got 7 more wounds.
On the poxwalkers.
Yes.
Oh, no.
The second half of their shots. 3 of these do 2 wounds.
Okay. 3 do 2, and then
4 do normal.
Okay. Looking for 6s. Okay. Pretty good. So I am rolling this. Yes.
Yeah.
Hey!
Alright.
Alright, lose 3, which is still enough.
Is that all?
But, yeah, there was only 2 left. But I did save against...
against the double wound.
Oh, no. Oh, wait, is there one more in here?
I mean, there's 2 more over there.
Yeah, no, that's all of them.
I mean,
Oh.
there's still more guns in that squad.
Well, yeah, but you could have also had to fire more at them.
I could, but I don't think I can actually shoot anything else.
True. Oh, never mind.
So yeah, these box wipers. That's really my shooting phase, I suppose.
Well, I mean, it seems like that's not the bulk of your army anyway. Shooting.
Sure. So, combat!
Uh-oh.
My Sicarian infiltrators are going to charge your plate marines.
We'll look around and then be surprised as they charge into us. And fail.
They fail.
Hey!
My dragoons are going to charge in.
Yeah, that seems fine. I mean, it was close. I mean, you made it. Got a 4 on his charge roll. So don't be charging in too much.
Enough right there.
Fine.
And then. My second squad's going.
So I was really hoping to wipe out that first squad of Lancers and then be able to grenade the second squad of Lancers, because I can do that
Right.
in Overwatch.
My plan, if that happened, is that I was going to move up the Omegar and charge in with it first,
I'm sure.
and hope it could get in there.
But at this point, maybe I could use a little more of Papa Nurgle's blessings.
Well, I mean, these guys are tough. Like,
Yeah, no, they're still
very tough. You still got your pretty much unhurt predator. You still got your characters, and you still have a giant pile of terminators and stuff.
which is sort of unfortunate because they're way over there, and they want to punch some stuff. But especially the Flail of Corruption loves to mow down.
Oh, wow.
What?
Isendar says, I wish I knew enough about Ad-Mechs to ask a question that mattered. As far as I'm concerned, Ad-Mech are Necrons who wear dressing gowns and slippers.
Kinda.
Correct.
Siren says, but isn't that an accurate description?
It's not necessarily inaccurate.
From what little I do know of Ad-Mech, they're much less like they just want everything to be robots versus the Necrons want to destroy all life. So it's this sort of maybe semantical difference of viewpoint, but ultimately their goals are the same, as best I can tell. But like I said, I don't really know their fluff.
Alright, so I'm going to spend another command point
Sure.
Okay.
on the Conqueror Doctrina imperative on the big squad.
That was a lot of words.
Lancers.
Yes, so that is the +2 to hit.
Sure.
I do not get my command point back, though.
Sure.
So we will attack with them first.
Separated Miles says, if we're going to go to battle, you bet we're going to go in feeling comfortable and confident in ourselves.
Yeah, no, it's very important. I mean, morale is like a real big thing.
Definitely.
You gotta be feeling good about yourself.
Definitely.
Like, imagine if, like, the 300 Spartans had gone in and be like, we're doomed. Like, why even bother? Xerxes has, like, 1 million random mercenaries, and we're just 300 highly trained, race of people who spend their whole life training for battle. What do we know? How's that looking over there? Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like it at all.
So these are all hits.
-1 to hit?
Yep.
Okay.
So I hit you on 2s.
Oh,
+2.
right, because you have +2.
Yep. And then I get 14 additional hits on top of this.
Yeah. I still have +1 toughness.
Yeah. Alright. So that's 17 hits plus 14 additional hits. So
So many
31
hits.
hits.
Yeah.
So many.
Yeah. Sure.
So 31 hits.
I think Brandon did a good job of picking which models to give us.
Gave us all the models we had.
No. Well then, did a good job of which ones to buy, because this is brutal. You have a very sideways die. That was not a 6. Reroll that 6. It was literally on its edge. Abe's trying to cheat a 6 out.
Are you surprised? It's Abe.
Gotta check everything he does, which I certainly don't. Alright, any fanciness to it?
-1 save, and all of these do 2 damage.
That's annoying.
22
Okay.
4-up saves.
Okay. 10. 22.
Yes.
Okay, 22 saves. Looking for 4s?
Yeah. Can go to camera 2 for a second. If it's focused in. Alright, so yeah, that's right here. This is 6 of my Lancers hitting the giant unit of Plague Marines.
It's certainly much more impressive from that angle. Like, you don't really get the depth
Yeah.
of it from above.
I mean, these guys, even though new models, I'm twice as tall as him, basically.
Yep. Alright. So, this many get through and they all do 2 damage.
Yes.
So, is there any easy way to do this? Not really. Alright, so 11 pairs of...
You could do 2 at a time if you want to do greens and reds.
Fair. Okay. And what did I say? 11?
Yeah.
Okay. 1, or 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11.
No.
11 of them bite the dust.
Woo! Bam, 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 Lancers! So that's the charge of the Sidonian Dragoons.
Yeah. That is very rough. And especially anything that does, I'm sure we've discussed at some point, anything that does 2 damage
Yep.
basically negates disgusting resilience and equivalent abilities.
Yep.
Because there's just, the odds of getting 2 5s is just...
Guys, if you are an Ad-Mech player or you play Ad-Mech, this is a unit to watch out for. This
Yep.
is sitting...
Or-
Yep.
What turn are we in?
Oh, we are on turn 2.
This is still turn 2?
This is turn 2.
Oh, wow.
Yep. They are a fast unit. They are a hard to shoot unit because they have a native -1 to hit. They are a tough unit. They're toughness 6 with 6 wounds, and especially with command points, they hit like a ton of bricks.
Yeah, no, this is... I am not worried about anything else in his army.
Yeah.
Just that. Like, I've been focusing almost everything minus Predator, everything that I can on them. I did my big grenade trick, only took out 3 of them.
You took 4 of them.
Okay, alright.
I mean, you did 24 wounds to them.
Yeah, but even still, 24 wounds is not enough.
Yeah.
So,
They are an expensive unit, both points and money-wise, but
sure.
Which
Yeah.
it's the main reason you don't see them often is because they are expensive. But
Yeah, if you can get them,
Yeah.
you will dominate the battlefield. 100%.
yeah, and they're not hard to get into combat. Like as you see,
Nope.
especially against
First
something-
turn.
Yeah, especially something that's advanced towards you, but 22-inch threat range. Hard to shoot if they're farther away. And remember, if you're playing the right Forge World, they have another -1 if you're more than 12 inches away. So you can just be like, oh, are you more than 12 inches away? Take a -2 to shoot me. Are you within 12 inches? I'm charging you next turn.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it is.
You're getting charged.
Either way, it is bad news
Yeah.
bears.
They do have other options. They do have gun options as well. I think the combat option is really amazing with the abilities they get. And with Strength 8, like, they're going to kill vehicles.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. No, that's what, like...
Yeah. That would have done 22 wounds to pretty much any vehicle in the game. That didn't happen.
Right, like, minus, like, Titans and stuff, but... Or,
Even, yeah.
yeah, but, like, even still,
Yeah.
would have done probably, like, still 16.
Yeah. Alright, so that's them.
Chicken.
I guess, yeah, that's what they're called. Yeah.
Yeah. They're, very ATST.
It reminds me, honestly, of Final Fantasy 6/3.
What, the Chocobos?
The
Oh, the Walkers.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Alright. Do you want to do any kind of crazy things? I got the other 2 chicken walkers.
Just 2 of them.
They don't have any bonuses to hit.
Yeah.
So they can't get extra attacks.
the
No.
Magitech armor is what it was
No,
called.
I don't think so.
Okay. They really remind me of there's a unit from the Clone Wars. There's the 2-legged little recon clone unit, which they make a model for now. They're gonna make a model for Star Wars Legion. So you should look
Nice.
at it. But it really reminds me of these guys a lot.
Sure.
So 6 attacks from the remaining 2.
I feel like not to I feel like a Warwalker is a fairly
5 hits.
common futuristic. I mean, because it's smart. Like, I think as soon as we have the capability to do so,
Yeah.
humans IRL will invent some Warwalkers.
1 dies. One is successfully resilient. Okay.
2 damage.
Yeah. And I don't know if you've looked at these models closely, but they're servitors. So this is not a robot. This is an augmented human he's riding. There is a guy built in down here in the bottom.
Oh, look at that.
That's actually augmented into this. That's actually what controls this.
Yeah.
Is that servitor basically that's built into this. So it is a guy riding a guy who has
Just
instead of
big old robot legs.
Big old robot legs.
That's totally what it is.
So he's giving him a piggyback ride.
Yes.
That's adorable.
Because that's the Ad-Mech.
Friends.
That's how they do it. It's all
Yeah.
weird stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
See, why be human if you could be a robot? It is way better.
right? Okay, so that
Filthy meatbags.
swing back.
Okay.
Isendar says 6 is always required for a successful hit roll for Overwatch. I
Yes.
don't know why you're saying that to somebody. My chat stalled out for a second.
Oh.
I might have missed a thing.
Okay.
Maybe I missed somebody asking something.
I mean, they're no, because don't you have a 5+ Overwatch?
There's a Forge World that gets 5+.
Okay.
Overwatch. I don't have that.
Sure. So there are some
Fire
things.
Avengers get to hit on a 5-up.
Yeah, there are some things.
Yeah.
Awesome like that.
Typhus always hits on a 5 with some.
With his destroyer hive.
Yeah, with his bees.
Yep.
All right.
His bees.
So I
You
have.
just can't stop the bees.
Can't stop the bees.
2 attacks
right.
with Sergeant, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Boytees says,
7?
pretty sure Adeptus Mechanicus is the most deranged aspect of a pretty deranged society.
Yes. Absolutely.
Hitting on 3s, or
But-
you're still weird somehow.
No. Who are you attacking the smaller squad? I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's because they know the most. And as you know it, and as everyone in 40K knows, at least if you're a human, the more you know, the crazier you become.
Yeah, knowledge is not power.
Nope.
Knowledge
Insanity.
is what drives you insane.
Yeah.
Lovecraft has been trying to tell us that for 80 years now, and we don't listen.
So 2 power fist wounds.
And then, I don't know what
2
else.
normal wounds.
Vitas, you didn't really miss much. They're still on turn 2.
So I do have a 6 up in vulnerable save.
Bye,
Power
Navarran.
Fist.
Thank you for hanging out. Have
Right.
a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.
See ya. Which I double 6s on boxcar to make my 6 up in vulnerable saves against the Power Fists.
That's fine.
I have 2 4 saves normally.
I just
Without
want to
fail.
remind, is Not So Honest still here? Because you still have your Screw Abe overroll. Just throwing that out there. This might not be a bad
Do you want
time.
me to reroll
Well,
one of my...
No, I guess it's not. I don't know.
One of my boxcars.
Yeah, a little bit. But I don't think it would be really that big a deal. It would be D3 or D6 Power Fist? D3. Is it D3? Yeah, it's not enough. It's really
Alright.
not worth it.
That's my turn.
Okay.
You need to take a leadership check.
Sure.
You lost a lot.
I'll spend 2.
Okay. 'Cause I think
Command
you lost,
points?
I think you lost 12, which would be like 4 plus D6
Yeah.
casualties.
Alright, that's fine. I'll
Alright.
spend 2 command points. Still have my tally-man?
I do not get your command points. I don't think you get it for this one. I think he is specifically only for Death Guard stratagems, and that's not a
yes.
Death Guard stratagem.
True.
Which is a really good thing they did. The Tallyman's ability only works on Death Guard stratagems, because otherwise I could totally see you like, and then like this one guy allies into any Chaos Force I have.
Yeah.
Just so I could have him like as a 40-point ally.
Yeah. They definitely, in designing 8th edition, keywords have been imperative to always double check.
So
Alright.
that is the end of my turn. I got 6 points from the Poxwalkers.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. But my Lancers are coming around his flank. I've secured one objective and I'm pulling up on the other.
Has Matt gotten any points?
Not yet.
No.
He's getting very close. He should be able to get some points this turn.
All right, last turn.
Really?
Well, I mean, if you guys keep going that slowly,
Yeah, fair.
you got an hour.
Hey. Alright.
You can do it.
Alright, well, because how many power is wiping out one Lancer squad?
18.
Alright. Yeah.
And you got it. I mean, you can also get
Yeah.
decent point. I mean, you got all those characters there that can get into combat if you
Yeah.
want. You've still got your Terminators, of course.
Yeah. But they're slowly making their way over here. Alright, I'm going to advance the Chaos Lord.
Okay. It's okay. He has it.
There you go. 4.5. Alright, and then these guys are just going to march there 4.
So I do think Ad-Mech is probably the biggest weakness that one of the big random weaknesses they might have is they could be really bad in the Glory Seeker mission because they have so many vehicles in their army.
Oh,
and
sure.
you get double points for killing vehicles.
Yeah,
and
no,
they're
that's
like,
fair.
oh, like all of these Dune Stalkers, like all of these things are vehicles and randomly stuff, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, are they? How delicious.
So we're just gonna scoot everyone in because they're gonna have to get in there. Alright, I think that is all my movement.
Okay.
Because that's really all I got. So psychics. Might just try to get some damage on, just do smiting.
Get your smite on, yeah.
How many? I think the Plaguecaster only has 2 spells. Yes. Okay. So, yeah. So, right. So he'll do...
Shark Mango wants to know, I mean, what can produce enough DACA to put out enough wounds on those walkers? If they have the Canticle that gives the +1 cover and they already have a 3-up save, I guess the best thing would be like las cannons?
They got a 4-up save normally, so they go to a 3-up with the Canonical.
Yeah.
But yeah, they do have a 6-1 with him. So I mean, something like las cannons. But yeah, like needing 36 wounds to put on a squad at toughness 6 is like definitely rough.
Yeah.
But I mean,
What's
what's
your toughness on them?
6.
So
these
the-
guys?
Shark Mango wants to know, how do they have that 2-up save then?
So the vitality doesn't have enough.
They never had a 2-up save. This had a 2-up.
He said they had a 2-up against the grenades.
No, they had a 3-up against the grenades, not a 2-up. The Doom Crawler had a 2-up save, and they had a -1 to hit him but they only had a 3 up against the grenades. I just rolled well.
What is your strength? 7 with these guys?
They are strength 5 base, but strength 8 with the weapon. The weapon gives them +3.
Right. Okay. So my putrescent vitality does nothing because it doesn't get me to any of the thresholds that I would need it to. So I'm just going to miasma of pestilence then.
Okay.
So I'm looking for a 6. Got a 5 because this dumb damage die was in the way.
Finally, I don't need to put up with that stupid miasma. And use your last command point for that.
Thinking about it.
On that handful of dudes. It's still a death guard. Like I say, a handful of dudes, but it's like a full normal.
Right.
Is
yeah.
it 7? Is it 7? Is it the sacred number? No, it's 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
7 in command.
7 in command. So I mean, like, it's actually still a lot of death guard.
Yeah. Right.
And they're staying in combat.
Yeah.
Isendar says, Matt, you have the reroll still.
Don't forget, yeah, you go.
Oh, I do
You
have
can
a
give it a
free
reroll
reroll.
at the beginning
Yes.
of the game, yeah.
Okay. Yes. Free reroll.
Yay!
Absolutely using it. Thank you very much.
Oh.
Got another one.
Rerolls are dumb, and he hates them.
No, rerolls are fine. Command points are dumb, and I hate them. That's fine, because I'm going to smite you.
Wait, I get a 6.
I don't even care.
So
I
every
don't
time
even
Bats get a reroll, I get a free reroll.
I don't even care. Get out of here with your
Alright,
dumb
you
abilities.
get to smite my. Okay, smite
Yep.
me. Smite me.
Got a 6,
You smite me.
which is enough to smite, but not enough to do any chicanery.
Yep.
1 damage.
Woo! We've got both roll better and boo emotes in chat.
Yeah, here. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the support. Alright, that's fine. I don't even care. I'm gonna win anyway. So, that was psychics.
Okay.
Isendar finally remembered to use the boo.
Yeah, you got it now. Since upgraded to our highest level.
Woo!
So, let's shoot here.
Okay.
Sharon the Siren says, we still love you, Matt. Just roll better.
Thank you, I'm trying. As I recall, I had a really good volley earlier.
First
with
turn was really
something.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll use the first turn.
2d3 attacks.
Yep.
3 is not great.
And actually, I mean, your blight grenade was actually still really good.
Yeah, it just
Like-
wasn't good enough.
Yeah, like I had some tricks and I rolled well.
Yeah.
2 hits.
2 hits. 5?
Forced.
Forced wounds? Yes, forced wounds. 1 wound.
So 3 damage, right?
No, this is the autocannon. 1 damage, I think. Is it?
Separated Miles says, the machine god is clearly looking after me. Clearly.
That's what he does.
Oh, yeah, the autocannon is 3. Oh, jeez. Shows what I know.
And 2 last cannons.
2 last cannons. 2 barely hit.
Yep.
Looking for 3s. 1.
Alright, 5 vulnerable saves.
3.
Nope.
Cool.
D6.
6.
Kaboom!
Hey! Alright, good stuff.
And it explodes!
Oh, yeah.
And will hurt my tech priest as well.
Alright. Nice.
Boom!
I believe it does 2d20 wounds.
Okay. Unfortunately, there's no d20s, so that doesn't.
Ah, darn. I was already so ready for NeverQuest coming up later tonight.
2 wounds.
Yeah.
Okay. Pretty good.
Alright.
How many wounds does he have? Because now my Terminators are going to shoot at him.
He has 2 wounds left.
Okay. Well, he is getting a bunch of Terminators in his face.
No! Minus 1 to shoot him.
Yeah, but there are none in fun range.
Yeah.
Alright, so 8 shots.
4th hit.
Ooh, that's rough.
Uh,
Oh, they're talking about Celestine in chat. And Olseed says, also double one while trying to manifest dominate the Greyfax in my last game. She smote herself.
Oh.
Ooh,
what is your
that's
toughness?
a bad day.
4.
Because multi or combi bolters are 4. Okay, so 1 wound.
I take it. Ugh, but I'm not dead yet. Alright, still good though. You turned my flank. I'm not the closest one to
Oh, he is a character? Okay. Ugh. Ugh. Fine.
Woo! Almost got my tech boost there. My tech boost is gonna need to run for some cover now.
Fine. Okay. I don't even care. Okay. I do care. Every time I say that, I'm lying. I do care. Okay. But I am gonna take some random pot shots on these guys, I guess.
Yeah, why not?
Do it.
Unless I
Take out my four Sicarians.
Okay. What do I got? I got. No.
So while he looks at that, I'll point out that, like, I think, again, as I said, I think the unit is totally amazing. The Sidonian Dragoons, giving them ranged weapons is also a good option, guys. So they have probably the best sniper rifle in the game, or at least one of them. It's the really amazing Radium Giselle, which they can get, and they with that Radium Giselle, it's a 30-inch range heavy 2 weapon, strength 5, so like that's all pretty good. But here's the thing: it can shoot characters, and then more wounds of 6+s inflict an additional mortal wound. So a unit of 6 of those gets 12 shots at 30-inch ranges, 30 inch, which again you're going to be hitting on 2s probably, and then wounding on 4s or 3s against most characters and doing mortal wounds, which like is all pretty decent. And on top of that, like this is a really great option for those guys.
Is it 6 or less?
Probably less.
Okay, then 1 wound.
It's gonna be 32.
Oh no, that's so good.
It's gonna be 3.
Okay. 1 AP3.
Good die.
Which one? How about the?
Yep, that one. Yep, totally normal one there.
Yep.
Yep.
Out of all my characters, the only one who had a weapon in reach is my tallyman had his plasma pistol.
But he killed a dude, so it's
Killed a dude.
all good. So again, if you're playing Stygus 8 with them, you can set off at 30 inches and be like, I'm shooting you at 30 inches away, and you're shooting me back at -2. And that's not bad. It's not bad. And you can shoot a lot of characters, though it is like a little expensive for that. So, you know, is it the best? I don't know. I think it's pretty awesome though.
Alright. All of these guys are charging the little squad.
Okay.
Or maybe not all of them, but at least we're going to go in order, because the Plaguecaster is gonna.
Sure. Playcast is going to get it there.
He got 6 seasons.
Yeah.
The Blight
And
Bringer.
since you can also give them phosphorus some serpentas, which are 18-inch range, I mean, again, you can set off at 18 inches and be like, if you're shooting me, you're taking -2, and I'm shooting you with 18 shots from the unit. That's all strength 5, hitting on 2s. Like, it's not so bad. Just gonna say it. Just gonna say it's not so bad. So, all the characters are coming in.
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide which ones are worth getting in. And yeah, alright, they'll all get in. Why not? We'll see what happens. He's in. Tallyman, despite having a huge sight, does not actually have a huge sight, so he doesn't even have a melee weapon. He's just gonna punch you. Sure. Okay.
Alright.
So, starting...
Begin the punching.
Yeah.
Copernicus, thank you for that follow.
Hey!
Alright, I'm going to start with my Plague Marines.
The punching begins.
And I can...
Punching.
So, which is the small squad? Because is he out of range of the small squad?
These two. No, he's in range.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Okay, cool. So, he's got his 2 attacks, and then I have,
Is the
what do you say,
punching
7 more?
8 more, right? No, 7 more. You're right. 7 times the bell tolled.
And they get to re-roll all failed hit rolls.
They
because
do.
that's
They do.
There's
not many.
Cool.
Alright.
All the hits.
5s and 3s.
Do not plague. Wait, do they? No, they have plague knives
They
or
do have
something.
plague knives.
Yeah, plague knives. Cool. Yeah.
Does him no good at all.
But still,
Alright,
a lot of wounds.
so 4 normal wounds.
Yep.
There's 2 wounds on me.
Cool. And then
Two
you have 6
more.
each.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 more at 6 up. Vulnerable saves.
Yeah.
Let's do this, guys.
Hey.
What? Guys, I said
Alright.
let's do this.
So 1 dead,
Yep.
and then 1 more. We got some more trickery.
Let me see a tape measure, please. You've got all the
Okay.
tape measures.
Uh-oh.
I have 1 tape measure.
And then you have another one over there.
Oh, I hate this one though. So it doesn't count. No, this one's fine. Because Games Workshop made this one. So it's the best one, obviously.
So all of your characters are within 3 inches of this guy.
Oh, no.
So,
Oh,
I'm
no, I know what's happening.
Gonna use the stratagem Machine Spirit's Revenge for 1 point.
That sounds awesome.
I mean, you can see if it explodes first, right?
I guess I can't. So first off, I'm gonna see if it explodes.
It's a command point?
It does not explode, so I'm gonna
Okay.
use a command point.
To
make it
Think
explode.
of this. Yep.
I will not get that command point back. And then now all of the units over there take a more. I think is it 1 or is it D3?
That's fun. That's clever.
1 mortal wound.
All right. So everything in the area takes 1 mortal.
Everything in the area takes a mortal wound.
I need a lot of damage dice.
You get your disgusting resilient.
Oh, sure. Okay.
And then how many wounds did your other attack do?
1.
1. Okay. Yeah. So that has 2 wounds.
Okay. On the Marines. Fail.
All right.
So 1 guy dies.
So that guy's like, no, you take me down. Overcharge the engines.
Right.
And he explodes.
All right. We'll do Grenade Boy takes 1.
Yep.
Tallyman takes 1. Plague Caster does not take 1.
And
Which is good because he already had 2.
that guy.
And Bellman does not.
All right, I'll take it. I'll take it. So, and did you kill the 1 plague dude already?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So pop goes the weasel, or the chicken in this case.
Yeah.
And
Nah,
we
that
did-
was
We did
good.
some wounds. It was a giant explosion, but not really that giant. All right, and then your characters go.
Yes. Okay.
That's
So.
my other one. You can also explode, guys.
Yeah.
You can also blow up.
All right. The Plague Caster is going to get in with his Corrupted Staff.
All right.
He has 3 attacks. Hitting on 3s.
Okay.
Tallyman lets him reroll. I
Yep.
was trying to think of why. Alright, so 3 hits. I am strained 6.
Force wound.
1 wound.
All right.
AP 1.
Saved.
Darn it. Okay. Next is the Noxious Blightbringer, who will be hitting you with his bell.
No.
Alright, 3 hits. Strain 4. So I need 5s.
Yeah.
1 wound. No AP.
I fail.
Alright.
How much damage?
2 damage.
2 damage from the spell.
Alright. The Putrefier is going to get in with his...
Ejector thing or whatever?
No, it's a pistol. No, because he charged.
Yep.
Could have.
Could not have.
Because you can't... Oh, you have to shoot out of range, right?
You have to be in combat to shoot your pistol in combat.
Okay,
Shoot-
okay.
You can't shoot into combat
Okay.
unless you are in combat.
Alright, so...
This is
Do
weird.
it. Shoot it. Do
This
it.
is weird.
Do it.
Plague Knife.
Alright.
Stab,
Plug it
stab,
up.
stab, stab.
Plug it up.
Stab, stab, stab.
It's alright.
Stab.
5 to hit. First one to me.
Yes. Alright.
1 wound.
1 wound. AP 0.
Saved.
I think that's everything.
Tallyman!
Tallyman!
Tallyman! What are the odds of this, Tallyman? What are the odds?
So Isendar wants to know
Okay.
if there's any interesting lore or story hooks in the new Ad-Mech book.
I'm sure there are. I have not read all the fluff, unfortunately. Ad-Mech is a very new book to us. None of us have played it, so I was focused on getting the rules down so I could make lists and play them. And I apologize that I have not had a chance to read all the new fluff in it. So I am sorry about that. But there is a pretty beautifully hefty, a very nice section of fluff that covers, as you can see, the all their stuff here. Show you on this camera too. Yeah, so you can see there's a ton of stuff on all the units, on all.
It's actually a nice over-the-shoulder shot there.
Yeah.
Boom.
Bam.
Nailed it.
Of the units.
So pretty.
I think this is one of the most beautiful pictures in the book of this really beautiful
that was nice.
Titan and Dune Crawler and stuff.
We got it somewhere.
We got one right there.
Hey.
Yep, Warhound. With all the Ad-Mech and the Rust Stalkers there. So they do have a lot of beautiful fluff. It does cover the Ad-Mech Knight houses. And
Olseed says that makes me want to buy Warhound Titans.
right, you should buy Warhound Titans. And there's
You
this
should do
beautiful page of all of the different robot color schemes. So I think someone
You can be gray.
They are definitely not
or
all soloable guys.
gray or darker gray, and those are the options.
Yes.
Because color is insignificant to mechanical minds.
Except not at all. I don't
Except not at all. So it's like
I love it.
it's like what I imagine
Okay.
the difference between the Muggles and the spellcasters in the Harry Potter world. You know how they try to human clothes or to Muggle clothes, but they don't get it right. So it's like the machines are trying to nail human colors, but they don't get it right. So they're like all these garish and bright, ridiculous colors.
Alright, so Squad Calliope is going to attack into the remaining
Yeah.
unit, and we are going to use my last command point on
Okay.
the Conquer Imperative Doctrine.
Sure.
Olseed wants to
I did
know,
not get it. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
when will Call make a Primaris Skitarii?
I don't... Like, it's not something that would happen, because it would just be like a better Skitarii, and I don't think it would be Primaris Skitarii.
Oh. Yes.
So, I mean, he's probably always trying to make better ones, but honestly, I don't... So, I doubt he'll actually do it at all, because he is a Magus Biologist, I believe, which focuses on the human stuff. That's why he developed... So, he focuses on biological
Yeah,
stuff.
'cause
That's
I know
why he
made
developed...
all the
Primaris Marines. That's why he developed Primaris Marines. So he is not as interested in doing the Skitarii kind of thing.
Right, that would
because he
make sense.
focuses more on like biological processes.
Which is dumb.
Yeah. So I don't think he would do anything with that.
Yeah.
No,
that makes sense.
That's my opinion. There might be some other guy out there.
Yeah, I mean, because there's no new characters in the.
There's no new special characters, and I think out of any book, Ad-Mech they only have one special character, and I think that is the least named characters
Of any book.
Follow-up question, when will Call make a bloody Primaris Tech Marine, damn it?
I think he will never do it. I don't think they'll let him. I think that's the one thing. Because they're like because I think all the other Mechanicus guys know that the Primaris Marines are secretly controlled by Call, so they're stopping him from making a Tech Marine because that's their way of like having their spies out there. It's my whole theory about the Mechanicus schism.
No, I mean it's smart.
So here's my attacks against your guys. This
Yeah.
is another 18 attacks.
Yeah.
I do have +2 to hit.
I did not wipe out that last Lancer, which I think basically secures the game for Abe.
And this time on 4s, I do get the extra attacks because
Yeah.
I don't have any minuses.
Yeah.
Alright.
War Machine 6907 wants to know, when is Order 66?
That's after episode 2.
Yeah, I think it's at probably the 80-minute mark.
Give or take.
Yeah.
That's a good rough estimate
That
at least.
sounds right. Okay, so that's all 18 of my original attacks hit.
I saw some dumb memes the other
38
day.
hits.
Where it just kill them all. Just do it. It was all big misunderstanding, and someone asked the Emperor how many hamburgers to order, and he said order 66.
Oh.
Because I guess he wants a lot of hamburgers.
Oh, he wants so many hamburgers.
Well, he's ordering for all of the stormtroopers.
It's true. 13. 24 wounds.
Save.
-1.
Okay. 24.
24. So this should only barely kill those 8 guys, to be fair.
Yeah, like they're, because Death Guard are nothing if not disgustingly resilient in every sense of the word.
Yeah.
So, 28?
24.
24. Can I have one dice? I have.
I think was actually a little below average on 38 wounds, wounding on 3s, definitely. No, maybe it's about average.
Alright, looking for force.
He says he wants to know when the Primaris will kill everyone.
Oh, probably 9th edition. They're gonna save that for a big thing, so it's gonna be like 9th edition. But that's one of those things out there. That if I would imagine if there is any truth behind it, and those are all 2 wounds.
Yeah, no, they're
I would imagine if there's any truth behind that, they will hint at it a whole lot for about as long as they hinted that something was going to happen, like at any other secret. So probably several editions until the next time they really want to move. Until they really want to move the timeline forward.
4, 6, nope. 8. Yep.
Okay.
Yep, wiped out.
Alright, and my remaining dude is going to attack your Plague Caster.
Sure.
1 hit, 2 hits. 1 wound, -1.
There he is. See, he looks too fancy. I keep getting confused.
Sergeant. I think you killed your biologist also.
Yes, I did.
He's not dead.
He is not dead.
Not yet.
See, he doesn't look fancy enough. There has to be just the right level of fancy that I won't get them confused with someone else.
Soon enough. 1 save on your Plaguecaster. He's good. Alright. That's the end of your turn.
So Abe gets 1,000,000 points. And
1 million.
And I get like 12, maybe? I don't
7
know.
for that.
7?
Yeah, 7 for that.
Alright, so
I still
7
have
points.
a chance, guys.
And you got 12 points, Abe?
I got 20, I think.
Some ridiculous amount. Like, there's no way I can win.
23
20
points.
Plague Marines is 24 points.
Yeah. Okay.
24 more points for Abe.
Okay.
So he's up to 40. Right? If math?
Yes.
Yeah.
Great.
You can totally still win this.
Well, it's Abe's turn, so I don't think so. If Abe chooses to run his whole army off the board, I think he would still win, just because I don't think he can run everything off the board right now. But yeah, this goes to show that these are they what they called, Lancers, or am I just calling them
Sidonian Dragoons.
Dragoons? I just been calling them Lancers.
They do carry that.
You're right. So yeah, these Dragoons are just like, I would take an army of just that. I don't care if it's not battle forged or whatever.
I mean, you can.
Yeah, no,
as long
that's,
as you have some HQ in there. Which you
oh, because it would be a
The
Vanguard attachment. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that would be amazing. Like,
Yeah.
I knew these guys would be tough, but I am blown away
They
by
are-
just how
they're-
incredible these
Yeah,
guys have
they're
been.
really amazing. And like I said earlier in the talk show, like my secret dream army is actually like 2 units of them, or 2 or 3 units of them, and then ally in a bunch of Rough Riders, who are the Imperial Guard cavalry dudes with their crazy exploding lances. And then you make them, so there's this one model from Fantasy that has this robot horse, so you have them all you have all like the little humans riding their robot horses, so you have like a few more models on the board, and I'm like, that was so cool.
Right.
Move these guys over here, please. infiltrators are coming in.
Definitely needed them. Yeah, you're, because your troops didn't even really do anything.
They haven't done. I mean, they shot a bunch of Poshwalkers up earlier,
Yeah,
which let these guys get the charges they needed. But outside of that, they haven't done a whole ton.
yeah. Didn't it? Yeah, these Dragoons.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Get them. They're
Yeah,
amazing.
They're
Lit.
super awesome.
Whatever army you have, scrap it. It's not as good as these.
And that's legit strats from Bella Lost Souls, folks.
Right, yeah.
We tell it how it is.
It's not as good. Get rid of it. Throw
Yeah.
it away.
Throw it all away.
It's not as good as this.
Mail it to
Yeah.
us. We'll dispose of it for you in the most humane way possible.
I guess. Oh. Yeah, I guess we can shoot. I guess we'll shoot your guys over there.
Sure.
So shooting into the Terminators. Radium carbines.
Right. Yeah.
I'm at a -1 to hit you. So I'm hitting you.
Because it's still nighttime.
It's still nighttime.
Forgot about that.
And I got no command points left. Expended them.
Yep.
So, I think Ad-Mech is a really powerful army. They are a command point intensive army.
Yeah.
Because a lot of
you
things-
burn through them really
Yeah.
quick,
But-
but you do get to save some
You do get to save some.
and steal some.
Yeah.
Is
Two
that one?
wounds.
Is that one of your Forge World abilities that you're using, or is that,
That
just
is
something
my
else?
Warlord command.
Ah, okay.
2 wounds.
Save one.
Woo! And those were on 6s, so it's 2 damage. You get discussing resilient.
Oh yeah.
Woo! Something. And my plasma guns. 1 plasma save. -3.
5.
Yeah. Just 1 damage. Right? Discussing resilient.
Yep. Hey.
Yeah, you're good.
Cool, because I don't want to find another damage.
That's
dice.
all my shooting I
Pirate
got.
Cowboy wants to know how many robot class types are there now?
There's, there's just the Castellan robots. Those are still the only robots. There's no new units or any kind of classes that weren't in the index. So there's 5 types of knights, and then there's the Castellan robots, which are the only actual robot unit.
I tried to make a dumb joke. I tried to think of a dumb joke of start referencing there's Bender class robots and
But what kind of element did they bend?
what
Sass.
what? No, he can bend anything. He's 20% Dolomite.
I mean, he's obviously an earthbender because he bends metal. He's a metal bender.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Alright, my Sidonian Lancers are going to charge your tank, your Predator.
Sure.
Overwatch me.
Oh yeah. Okay. 3.
Oh!
Cool.
No, I thought it was the hit.
No,
You
no.
hit me. 5 shots.
Yeah.
Alright. 6 is to hit. That's a hit. 3 is to wound. That's a
One
wound. 3 damage to one of my guys.
Cool.
And the last cannons. Nothing.
Command point. Oh, do I? Oh, I don't. I still have tally man.
You still.
No.
I don't.
That was your last command point.
That's fine.
I get in there with an 8.
Sure.
Alright. And my infiltrator is going to try to charge your biologist, putrefier, and tallyman together.
Sure. I shoot at you some.
And they'll try to charge your Bloodcaster. They got 8. Move them back there as much as they can. Ah! Alright. We'll do my Dragoons against. No, we'll do. Yeah, you're up. I'll do my Dragoons against your tank. Don't get any crazy bonuses to hit right now, though. We do have some robots. They're in disguise right now, but they might show up tomorrow. Just FYI.
Looking like Dodge Challenger.
Yes.
Or like
robots all right there.
Ah.
That plane. All robots!
No. Starscream. Why?
Alright. So 3's to hit.
Oh, did you pick your...
Try to find what mechanicals do this turn.
Right.
Electromancer. Alright, here, cover. So, no rerolls for those guys. And then I only get 4 additional hits because I'm only doing it on 6s now.
Oh, no.
Isendar says Matt's lack of Futurama knowledge is the real disgusting thing. For
Right.
Guard.
No, because I've seen all of Futurama many times. I think, well, because like I was trying to think of like other like, all right, so like Bender class and Astromechs and but I just sort of spaced out on my
11 4-ups on the tank.
Bullseed says, I was just inspired to build a knight and somehow make an evil Nixon head. Thanks, guys.
there it
That
is.
would be amazing.
Isendar says, oh, I see the problem now. Matt forgot to deploy his army.
Yeah, I am real close to being tabled. 4-ups.
Yep.
Alright, so these do 2 damage each.
Yep.
Not dead.
12 damage is okay.
Oh, 2 damage each. Yep. Alright, dead.
That doesn't explode.
Yes!
Oh!
Explode times.
Alright, I deal
3, which
probably.
kills one of mine.
It's either... I mean, it might be D6.
I mean,
That is D3.
it's D3. Okay, so one of my lancers goes down. His hit explodes. The hill is covered in explosions.
The hills are alive
Yep.
with sound explosions.
So, there you go. If you needed yet further proof that these dragoons are stupid,
And that wasn't
in the best way.
And that wasn't even with that was with no
Yep.
bonuses. They
Yep.
just plowed
That's
through
just
that
something
tank.
they can do. They
Yeah.
can just charge a predator and destroy it.
So they're good against tanks. They're good against infantry. I mean, obviously, like they are a melee only unit.
Yeah.
They can take a gun. It's a
But
really
they're so
shitty. It's a really shitty gun, but they are pretty fast. I think your best option is to charge them with something that's really powerful and will kill them before they get to strike at all.
But, like, what?
Yeah, they're pretty tough.
Yeah, they're really tough, and they have 6 wounds each.
Yeah.
Like, what? What do you... I don't know.
Not So Honest just popped back in and says, oh my god, Matt, what did you do while I was gone?
Nothing. That was the problem. I tried so hard, but nothing happened.
Alright, I'm going to put 3 of my infiltrators on each of your characters over there.
Sure.
So on your biologist putrefier,
Okay.
I got 3 guys with 2 attacks each. That's 6 attacks. And I'm hitting you on 3s, so that's 3 hits.
Actually, so you know what might work kind of well? I mean, not great, but some canoptic wraiths, because we're apparently going to see that tomorrow.
Sure.
I mean, unless I pull out a victory. Just because they're also pretty durable, and they have 3-up invulnerable save.
2 wounds, minus 3 AP.
Dead.
He takes 2 wounds.
Everyone has 2 wounds left.
Oh, everyone has 2 wounds left?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the explosion.
Oh, sure. Well, I only did 1 wound to them. They have at least 4 wounds.
Oh, yes. Okay. Who was that on?
That was on the putrefier.
The putrefier. Okay.
And he also has successfully resilient.
Oh yes, I don't know why I've been so. Maybe I don't know why. I'm real spacey today. I don't know what's going on. Hey, I save a wound and kill a guy. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So 1 of them. All right. On the other, on Tallyman. 1 wound, minus 3.
Yes, Hack// we are talking about making a Futurama themed army in chat. That is confirmed.
Save.
All right. And on
Or
your other-
resilience.
Okay. On the other guy, 1 wound. So unfortunately, my infiltrators with
Resilient.
only strength 3, not that great.
Yeah,
against
those.
his needing 5s.
Yeah.
I think again so the infiltrators though could take taser goads, which we don't have them with. I think taser goads are going to be the way to go now because the taser goad makes them strength 6, no AP, but again, each hit of 6 causes 3 wounds.
Yeah.
3 hits, and they are Skitarii, so you can totally do
Your
the-
+2 to hit.
Yeah, the whole +2 to hit.
Yeah.
And like no AP, doesn't do 2 damage. It's not as good as those guys, but you're still like 1 million hits.
Yeah. Also, just I mean, any strength 3 attack is usually not worth
Yeah.
putting any effort into.
He's gonna the last rush stalker is gonna go against the last Dragoon is gonna go
Sure.
against the Playcaster.
Yep.
2 hits.
Okay.
1 wound.
Save.
-1. So yeah.
Save.
All right, and your character's good to go.
Okay. I think they have 3 attacks each of various strengths, so we'll just see how these go. 3 hits. 2 wounds.
2 wounds. What's the minus?
I don't know who's attacking.
Let's go this way,
yeah,
because
the
this guy can only attack the belt guy, because he can only attack me.
Sure. He's attacking with his bell, which I think is
Is it
AP
2 damage?
0, but it is 2 damage
Alright,
each.
I'm dead.
Hey, I killed the
I
guy.
don't have any points to explode. So I need to roll 6. Unless someone wants to donate how many points?
I
How many
mean,
bits to
come
make-
on.
make
This
my
is
guy-
insult to injury.
Make my
at
guy
this point.
explode.
Don't. Please don't. I had no.
Alright. Alright, so that's the whole unit there.
Yep. Alright, so, yeah, that's
Another 18 points for Matt.
it's not bad. It's not good, but it's not bad.
And then you get 3 other guys to go against my infiltrators.
Sure.
Yeah.
Alright, so that was my Bellman.
Bellman, please.
So the Plaguecaster.
Yep.
3 attacks. 2 hits. What's your toughness?
I'm touches 3.
Okay, so I'm wounding on 2s.
Yeah.
It's not a plague weapon.
Somebody say insult to injury out there.
Got snake eyes. On my own, probably my only named melee weapon that is not a plague weapon.
Oh.
That's fine.
It's too psychic for the plague.
Blightbringer already went.
Tallyman.
Putrefier,
Sure.
because he's next in the page.
Putrificus it up.
Hits twice. Wounds twice. No AP is just a knife.
Another one bites the dust.
Cool. Tallyman.
Tallyman.
The Tallyman can.
Yeah.
3 hits.
Alright. 3's to wound. Sure. Another one.
Well, yeah, no, because he's just punching.
Alright, another one dies.
Cool. So it's 2, or you got
2. Yeah, do it off. Alright.
All right, good game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah, jeez, no, whoo boy, that was
a
rough.
thing.
That was real rough.
Yeah, so I mean, none of us have ever seen these guys used before. I've never played with Sidon and Dragoons. I've never seen them used.
This hurt my soul.
And the Death Guard just stomped all over everybody last week.
Yeah.
So to see them just unequivocally just decimated today is quite a difference. Is it that unbalanced, or
The
is it just
Dragoons
lucky
are
rolls? Like,
really
how do you feel
good.
about it?
Like, I don't know what you could do about them.
Yeah, the Dragoons are definitely a rough unit.
Like, the Dragoons are the only thing that did anything of note.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like, you did some shooting. Your crab walker guy.
Yeah.
Did some, but nothing insane.
Nothing
It was just
really.
the Dragoons.
Yeah.
Just-
I mean, they.
They did not stop, and everything they touched died
Yep.
immediately.
Yeah.
Woof.
They did pretty much, except for like 1 unit of plague, of poxwalkers. They did pretty much all the killing.
Yep.
And more.
And
than
not
that-
even, well, no, because you did get the second squad in, but they were pretty well wiped out by the time the second unit of them got in. The Plague Marines.
No, the first unit didn't do like anything to them.
I'm misremembering.
Yeah, they were
Okay.
because they charged me. and
Oh,
I
because
did-
that's when there were still the 8 of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you still had 20 when I charged in.
Oh,
Because I killed 12 that turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm forgetting.
Yeah. But I mean, I killed 12 Plague Marines with 1 round of combat with these guys.
And a predator.
Yeah. with
Without.
a
I
Predator.
mean.
And then I killed 12 on 1 turn. I killed 8 the next round, and then I killed a predator. And then on the first turn they charged in, the other unit wiped out like 20 poxwalkers on their turn. Between the 2 units that they were attacking, they killed about 20 of them.
Yeah. There's just
yeah.
no stopping them.
And he threw most of his army at them for the entire game. and there's still 5 of them left. But one unit's basically unhurt.
Yeah.
Mars says to tell Brandon thank you for the army.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, if you're here, if you're watching, if you see this later.
So Matt's gonna have to think about how to beat them tomorrow, because he will be facing them again.
Yeah, and like I said, I think, spoiler alert, I think I'm just gonna throw a bunch of Canoptic Wraiths at them, because
So you're gonna go with the Necrons tomorrow?
So the Necrons are showing up. Yes.
Robot on robots.
Yes, hot robot to robot action.
Yes.
I think really the only thing I can hope for is try to stall them as much as I can with that 3-up invulnerable.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely a good way of trying to deal with them, is get that in there. Try to do some shooting on them as well. Again, they're a unit that's really amazing, because the natural -1 to shoot them is super good.
Yeah.
Because for they're like a unit they're an only melee unit, but they're still fast. I mean, they're not as fast as like jump packs, but they're still moving at 10.
I mean, yeah, 10 is almost as good as 12. Like,
Yes.
obviously, mathematically not, but like anything that's within 10 is gonna be pretty much within 12.
-1 to
vice
shoot
versa.
them makes them get to survive to get in there. Like, also, there is a stratagem we never used in this game, but they do have a stratagem that can affect them. That if they were to advance, they can roll 2 dice and use both of them for the advance. So like they don't have any way of charging after
That's
that.
so...
But if you're like, I need to reposition these guys quickly.
Oh, okay.
Right.
That's
But
fine.
you're still like, I'm gonna move like 17 inches this turn.
Yeah, like if you're over here and they're like, we need to get to that corner,
Yeah.
like, all right, give me a turn.
Yeah, and then you're like, on the next turn I move 10 charge. Like.
Yeah.
So they're a unit that, like, realistically, there's very few ways they're not going to charge on at least on turn 2.
Yeah.
Like,
And yeah, no, turn 1, almost certain.
yeah, like turn 1 they've got a good chance. If the enemy moves up, if the enemy stays back, they're not going to get a turn 1 charge off.
Right.
But like
Unless you're using some weird
mission, yeah. But like turn 2, pretty reliably going to be able to get a turn 2 charge off. And because they don't really have any ranged weapons, there's no reason not to advance with them if you're not going to be able to charge.
Yeah.
So either you're going to be charging or you're going to advance with them. But yeah, any last questions we got there? Any comments?
Yeah, anything? I mean, because we got a couple minutes before
here.
we're supposed to end.
Yeah, shoot us any questions you have about the codexes or
Yeah.
anything 40K.
So
We
yeah.
got them. We're here.
Jeez, that was so
Magos.
that hurt
brutal.
real bad.
Magos Narses, though, has gotten the codes
Oh, sure.
to awaken the knight, and he is going to try to get that. But unfortunately, the Dastardly Necrons are going to try to acquire it first.
Because they love data as well.
They love that data.
All that data.
Now, you have a very special knight for this list, also. So I'm just going to show them off for you real quickly, so you can kind of get a teaser of what might be coming later. So this is
I don't know what's going on.
This is the Lancer list. So we have
Sure.
a very special Mars Knight Lancer
Yeah.
here. So this is one of the Forge World Knights.
Show this bad boy off.
Yeah, with the giant lance. I can't remember the Craterus Knight. So at some point in this campaign, possibly on Wednesday, he will be awakened.
We can look around.
That's cute.
He will wake up, and he will lead the rest of the Sidonian Dragoons on their crazy lancing charges.
Not looking forward to this.
Separated Miles wants to know, would you consider taking the phosphor on the Dragoons just to give them that little more aggression?
Yeah, there's no reason not to. Ours aren't modeled with them, so we didn't take them. But there's like literally, I mean, aside from if you don't have points, I don't think they're very expensive. But there's no reason not to. It's an assault weapon, so even if you advance, you can still shoot with it. And it's a free on a 6-minute unit. It's a free 6 strength 5 shots.
Yeah,
So,
of course.
Always a good option. I have to throw it on there. Whether it's worth the points depends on your army list, honestly. The Phosphorus Serpentia.
I found a pink hair. I bet that's from the wig.
Probably.
The
Yeah,
Phosphorus
it's real.
We
It's
haven't
real
had
pink.
any pink-haired guesses.
Yeah, it's real pink.
It's only 6 points, so for 36 extra points, if you've got the points, I'd definitely consider taking it. There's no reason not to throw it on there.
And 36 points is not going to really
Yeah.
I can't make it happen. It's like, you'll find a spot for it if that's what you want to be doing.
That's what you want, yeah. So I don't think there's any reason not to take it. It doesn't make them any worse, certainly. and does give them that little extra aggression.
You don't have to switch it out for anything?
No, that's just an extra thing they can take.
Yeah, definitely.
And again, since it's an assault weapon, even if you're like, well, I'm not going to charge, I'm going to go ahead and advance, you're still going to be able to shoot it.
And Overwatch.
Yeah, you get a little bit of Overwatch. It ignores cover, so that's a nice little bonus.
Not so honest wants to know who would win, a knight or a stompa.
Night.
The Stompas.
Yeah.
So, fingers crossed, because I do love my orc boys. The Stompa will get a bit of a buff. It's not very good. It's really expensive, and because it has lots of DACA, but orc shooting is really bad.
Yep.
So it fires like, I don't know, let's say a dozen missiles and cannons and guns and this and that. Hits maybe with one or two of them.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know.
It doesn't have a native invulnerable save, which really hurts it. And
Yeah.
You have to somehow trick it to get
It does have like 40 wounds.
It has a lot of wounds.
But it just, because we played with it once,
Yeah.
and it just got like...
It got crushed. Now, admittedly, if it gets into combat, if it gets to charge on a knight, it's decent enough in combat that it might be able to kill the knight first.
I could see that. Because,
I think it actually did
even
kill it,
orc
yeah.
tanks are good in melee
Yeah.
combat. But it's not particularly fast.
I know,
so.
it's very slow also. So generally the knight's going to win in that fight.
If you were in like a gladiator arena and you couldn't really move around, then I think the Stompa could get in there.
Yeah.
But otherwise, probably not.
Like, I don't know if that's wrong. Like, a Stompa should be really powerful, but like, it's the equivalent-ish of a knight.
Yeah.
And I feel like that the super awesome Imperial technology super rare knight should probably, like, the point of the Stompa is that there should be like 50 of them and like 3 knights, like, because they're orcs and they make shitty things.
Yeah.
But lots of them.
Yeah.
So like I don't.
Yeah, I'm hoping that either the power rating and point rating of the Stompa comes like way down, or it just like every time this unit attacks, make 5 extra attacks.
I would expect them to come down, honestly, because if you saw like the Khorne Lord of Skulls, between the index and the book, it came down like 10 power rating and 100 points or so.
Yeah.
And that's kind of that wasn't the knight. It was one of the big things that was overcosted. So
Yeah.
I would not be surprised with the Stompa if they brought it down pretty significantly.
I assume when Games Workshop was doing all their playtesting, because as we've discussed many times, anything can wound anything.
Yeah.
And I think it didn't really maybe fully... I mean, I don't know their playtesting strategy. I'm sure they do a fantastic job. But, like, Horde armies just, like, always do really well because everything can wound everything. So just having one big, massive thing is real hard to make it worth it often.
But yeah, so this was Adeptus Mechanicus.
There's one more question.
One more question. Bring it on.
How about a knight versus gargantuan squigoth?
I don't know what the Gargantuan Squigoth does right now, unfortunately.
Wait, is that... What is
Mars
that?
said it would be smellier.
Yeah, it's an orc thing. It's a giant squig. It's a squigoth.
Oh,
They, like,
weird. Gross.
build
Yeah,
some
I've
on-
never heard of that.
Yeah, no, it's
Joke's on me for saying I'm a good orc player and not knowing what that is. Because I was
Alright.
thinking of
Real
Shogoth,
quickly.
so that's why I was like, oh, I don't know, that would be a good fight.
let's see. It should be in here.
What about like getting Bakrug against a Titan?
Not the regular Squigoth, but the Gargantuan Squigoth.
I wanna see this Jim Jam.
21 power rating, 35 wounds.
What is this?
This is
Oh,
Imperial.
that's why.
35 wounds,
I haven't looked
4
for this.
save, 8 attacks, hits on 3, strength 12. Every time it moves, it charges, you can do some D6 more wounds, it can carry 20 guys, they can shoot out of it.
Oh, you're just like on its back.
Yeah.
Okay.
The knight's still probably gonna win. This thing is really tough. This thing has a lot of wounds, but it doesn't again. Its shooting is still orc shooting and not very good.
Yeah, you'll want to get into melee, and it's not super fast.
Yeah, it's not really much faster than the knight. The knight can stand off, and if the knight charges, depending on what knight, and again, there's a lot of different knight builds. Are you talking Forge Wheel Knight or regular knight? But it's cheaper than a knight, so a knight probably should beat it.
You're right.
It's definitely more tactically flexible because it's a transport, and can do some crazy things. So Are there a bunch of guys inside that have crazy weapons? That's gonna change up who's gonna win that fight.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, if anything, it would be more fair if you had the Squigoth and then, like, I don't know, a bunch of Meganobs or something on the back. Well, I don't know.
It's not that many points.
Well, just like some
Sure.
dudes to just add more
to add a
fire.
little bit, yeah. So I mean, but probably like it's good in combat definitely with its huge tusks.
Yeah. Strength 12, 8 attacks.
Yeah. Threes to hit, D6 damage.
Yeah, Stampede.
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
like every orc thing, it's good
Yeah.
in melee. And
If it gets
sort
in
of
there, it's
bad as everything
definitely
else.
gonna hurt the knight up. I'd probably go with the knight. Again, it depends on what knight build out. But yeah, that's our game for today. We've got the Ad-Mech here. They will be showing up tomorrow, as we said, to fight the Necrons, and then Lord Rhynus will return for revenge.
We're going to be booping all over the place
on
tomorrow.
Wednesday. Or maybe someone else will take his place, but there'll be another fight on Wednesday. So you'll see the Ad-Mech all week now.
Yeah.
We've got a few things to switch them up. So core of the army, we don't have a ton of different models, but we will see a few different things here.
And we'll be back in half an hour for D&D.
Yay! Join us for
It's
NeverQuest.
D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.